Ground to the left side. Wagner waits for it to come down on a big hop. He'll throw to first in time for out number 3. Thurber, that pitch is by him, but underneath the legs of Weinrich, and on to second base goes Marty Carrena. The Diamonds will be looking for a double play to end this inning. If they 1-0 Sonoma, as McDonald comes to the plate, and that pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. The first pitch to Calderon from Thurber, and he hits this ball to left center field, and back goes the center fielder Hibernian. He can't get it. It's going to go all the way to the wall. Calderon around first on his way to second, and he will hold there with a double. Wagner makes the catch as he falls back. Oh my! He'll make the throw in time as
3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The runner's going to get a jump.
Making them aware that they know that they're there and they're not allowed. Oh,
swung on and missed. The throw down is in plenty of time to get him.
Come in here. This pitch for Wagner is hit to left field and is deep, and back goes Clark, and he's over to the wall, and it's gone.
Floater into short right field, and coming in to make the catch.
Go this ball, ground to the right side to Lenny Statson. Throws to second for 1. Waits for a second to first. Did they make it? Yes, double play. Be a pickoff play. The throw to first, now on to second, and Pugh is out. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. 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 Pitch to Marty Carrena is hit high and deep. Back to left field.
Way
back goes Metzger. He at the wall. It's gone.
Gone. There it is. Yeah. All right.
The pitch that hops up gets away. And J.J. Wagner going to scurry down to second base.
The high pop-up of a bunt, picked off by Brankins, delays his throw to second, and he could have had him maybe. Strikeout, and Clark gets tagged out. This pitch is ripped to the right side, and right falls down, just throws to first, double play. And Valdez says he's got it right in front of second base, but Garcia will take it up back to our shortstop, and he makes the catch. Lead to third, here's the pitch. Valdez hits this one down the left field line. It's going to be trouble if it stays fair, and it's fair. In comes Bautista to score. On his way to third is McKeon, just picking up the ball now in left field. Metzger, and on with a double off of the right side. Letty says he's got it. Valdez says he's got it, and he does. 1 out. The pitch from Hutchison hits this one to deep left field. Back to left fielder Clark. He's at the fence. He watches, he leaps, he can't get it. It's gone. Running on into the dugout because that's out number 3. Got a runner first pitch. 3-2 pitch. He hits it right back up the middle, and it's going to be picked up. No, it's going to go right by Yasuda into center field, and Bautista goes on to third. And looks like Yasuda running over because Bautista.
Look at the air on the hopper.
Here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium, so that may help make the night a little more bearable. But for the Diamonds, it is a chance to get back on the right track after it looked like they might have a chance to sweep the Silverados over the weekend. They fell short on Sunday. We are here for Runs Hits Aaron. I'm Scott McDonald, and we usually get to speak with Aaron Miles, the manager of the Pittsburgh Diamonds, but he is not here tonight, and filling his spot, Jay Armendral, and he's done this before and done a fine job of it. So you're looking forward to another round?
Yeah, it seems to me that Aaron just loves to leave me with Martinez. I don't know if that's indicative to their record, but, they beat us, or I think we split with them, or maybe we're one up on them. I'm not quite sure, but, I'm confident, and especially with Blackley on the mound, and, what these guys need to bring to the table, and they know, we've all talked about it, is starting the week off right. And, he gives us a great chance to do that.
Yeah, Travis Blackley, former Major League Baseball pitcher, and he was here last year, and he had a problem of, it seems to me, of not getting enough offensive support often. He'd do a great job pitching, but if you give up 1 run and you don't score any, then you lose the game. And that was not unlike what happened last week in San Rafael, where he gave up 3 runs and the Diamonds lost the game. Of course, you want to increase the offensive production, but you can't just snap your fingers.
Yeah, it's with these men. There's a few guys that are straight from college, and we feel like they have the ability to get better and to move on to the next level. But yeah, surely we do need to pick up some offensive production. It's a really tough league, and you only see so many pitchers so often, and they see you, and I feel like the pitchers get the advantage. It really boils down to a 1 inning or so, because that's pretty much what how we've been losing. Early in the game, our pitcher will maybe get an error behind him, or he'll give a free base, and they capitalize. And at this point, it's all about capitalizing on those mistakes. And unfortunately, we've been on the short end of the stick of that. And I hope to turn it around. And I feel like the moves that Aaron has in mind, and that we talk about, we're brainstorming about, it's all indicative to the success of the ball club. So, I'm excited. It's about the second half now. There's 40 games. This is the second half, right? Day one again. So I'm happy that we've got Blackley on the mound, and we're going to be able to start this week off right. And we just gotta go out there and get it offensively. Nothing else needs to be said about it. It's tough. It's hot out here. It's 6 days a week. We got to bear down and play behind our pitcher, because I know he's going to go out there and give everything he's got.
What last year under the previous playoff system, everybody would be starting 0-0 today. They're not this year. We're going to have an 80-game season and the top 4 teams in the playoff. How do you feel about that? Today you would have been 0-0.
Well, I think it's more true to like a real season of baseball. In Major League Baseball, they don't just stop midway through the year and go, okay, now everyone's 0-0. So maybe it'll push guys to step their game up, to push. So we're not that 4th seed, and honestly, as long as we make the playoffs, for me, it doesn't matter. I feel like we're right on the right track to get to that championship game. I'd love to see Santa Fe and knock them out. Oh yeah, they won all these games and they're playing good baseball, but to upset them like that, that's where I'm kind of with the disconnect of the whole season, because hey, they could have a tough stretch and that could be the end of the year.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, we've seen everyone have tough stretches here, and all these teams are very beatable, including our own. It's just a matter of minimizing the mistakes and not giving anything away for free.
A lot of one-game playoff, could depend upon who's got the best starting pitching, or it could depend on a whole long list of things. But starting pitching would be one of the probably original things you would think about, and the Diamonds have an advantage there, you would think.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely deep pitching. We've got a lot of experience, and Travis is the pitching coach now, and he comes in with a lot of knowledge. And for instance, on Saturday, Solano was having a tough time, and he pushed to get to minimize only 4 runs, giving us a chance to win. And Travis just simply said, hey, why don't you throw from the stretch? And then he dominated from there. I mean, it's that simple sometimes. And just having someone that's been there, done that, really gives us the upper hand. So
tonight
it's great to have him.
With him, the pitching coach, and you, the manager, and he's pitching, and he goes through a rough stretch. Who makes the decision that maybe that's enough, or is that you, him? Or?
Collectively, him and I will talk about it, and I'll see how he's feeling, and it kind of based upon that, and just the pitch count as well. I believe his first outing, he said he didn't want to go over 105 pitches, and if he can do that, and feed the defense and have minimal pitches in every inning, I think that we'll be able to save the bullpen. It's just a matter of seeing it happen. I could say all this stuff. We got to walk the walk instead of just talking it. So
one of the strengths of this team is running. The Silverados run like crazy and all the time, but behind them, you guys are number 2 in the league, and you have a very fast lineup. And from your own personal perspective, you're going to be making those calls tonight. Do you like the running game?
Well, we've kind of, in certain situations, there's guys that have green lights and this and that, but, I don't want to go into that in detail on camera and tell everyone the secrets, but, maybe run in certain counts, or, give certain people the hit and run, but I feel like the cards will kind of get thrown out there, and if we just got to string things together, and hopefully we go with not playing college station to station baseball to score runs, and if I have to at worst, I will do that because I know how to play the game. I've been experienced and I've had a really good mentor in Aaron. So I know the way he likes to play and what's going to get these guys to the next level. And it's definitely not being a defensive college hitter. But ultimately, and what he preaches the most is playing that scoreboard. So if it's a tough, close game, I'm going to do my best to put these guys into, spots that are going to succeed to help us push across runs and win ultimately.
Good luck tonight.
Yeah.
Give them hell.
Absolutely.
And we will be back for the start of tonight's game against the Martinez Clippers here in Pittsburgh right after this. You can see at home plate right there, that they're trading off the starting lineups for tonight's game, and we're about to get started here at Winter Chevrolet Stadium with the Diamonds and the Clippers. And under the category of where does the time go, this is the first game of the second half of the season. We finished one half of the Pacific Association season with 40 games under our belts, and we have got 40 more to go before a Labor Day weekend playoff that will feature the top 4 teams in the league. The Diamonds currently tied for that 4th spot with Napa, and it promises to be a nip and tuck battle really all through the second half if things continue as the way they are going. On Saturday, the Diamonds came through with a big victory over Napa, one of their most complete games of the year. They really felt good about themselves, and then they came out on Sunday, and they did not play well at all. Defensively, offensively, they lost to Napa, and instead of pulling out in front of the Silverados by 2 games, they were now back tied with the Silverados for 4th place, and they are chasing Vallejo, Sonoma, and, of course, at the top, San Rafael, which had a great first half of the season, and they are hoping to be the first half champions, of course. The Diamonds, if they finish 4th, would take on the number 1 team in the league, and then 2 and 3 would play each other, and then the winners of those games on Saturday of Labor Day weekend would play on Sunday. So that's 40 games away. We got a lot of baseball to play before then, and the Diamonds are hoping that they're going to right the ship here and have a better second half than they did a first half. We'll see, and that game 1 of that comes up right now. First, we're going to have here our national anthem, and then we're going to get baseball underway. So we got a little bit of groundskeeping to do by taking down a ladder and getting the Martinez Clippers with their new manager. That's one of the stories we're going to be talking about today. They have a new manager. But first we're going to have our Star Spangled Banner, and then we'll get underway with tonight's ball game. Game number 41 is about to get underway. For the Diamonds on the mound, it'll be Travis Blackley. Blackley has pitched 1 game. He pitched at San Rafael last week, and he had a rough go of it, really, but he was able to get out of the jams. Now we've got an open gate out in center field, and someone's going to run out and make sure that gets closed before we get
timing it now or something, right?
before we get this game underway. It reminds me of, I think it was opening day at Dodger Stadium a year ago, not this year, but the year before. They had an eagle that was flying around the stadium for, the pregame ceremonies, and, the beautiful thing. Here comes the Pittsburgh Diamonds onto the field. And the eagle flew around, and then just flew out the gate, the middle of center field, and left. He's, of course, trained to come back, but he just left the stadium. Apparently, what the eagle did is fly back to his home where he lives, and was right there, was waiting for his keeper and things. But so there was some sense to what he was doing, but he just flied that open gate. I was thinking, the eagle fly right through that gate. Travis Blackley out there getting his warm-up tosses. He's got one game under his belt. We had a nice conversation with him last week at one of our pregame shows. Talked to him not only about his baseball here, but baseball in Australia and how things are progressing there and how he got into the game, et cetera. And he said one thing that intrigued him about the sport when he was young is he had a hard time with it. He had a hard time picking it up, and he found other sports to be fairly easy, and baseball was difficult, and that kind of got his attention. And he wasn't really very good at it, he said, until he was about his last year that he was eligible for, like, national programs and stuff. And finally he broke through, and then he said in about 6 months he was signed by an American baseball team. So it's a very rapid growth there. He is going to be taking on these Martinez Clippers. Gabriel Bracamonte has thrown the ball down to second base, and we're about ready to get started, and he gives us a salute. So we got a salute from Gabriel. We're ready to go, and I guess that means 41 times for the 41th time here is the voice of the Diamonds, Tony Schultz.
Thank you very much, Scott. Pedro Barrios to lead it off, followed by Alan Maccabee and then Nathan Etheridge. Barfield hitting that 4 spot. Lunandari's in left field. Shane Hughes, the third baseman. Richards, Wilkins Jimenez, Chris Caffrey. He'll bat ninth. And the pitch, and this one is fouled off. We are underway. Travis Blackley he's made just one start so far, but it was a pretty good one. He did go 6 innings, giving up just 3 runs on 7 hits and struck out 10. Diamonds, however, did drop that one at San Rafael 4-1, but a quality start for Blackley. Swinging a ground ball to short. Garcia's got it, a 6-3 putout, and that is the first out of tonight's ball game. Defensively for your Diamonds, O'Donnell in left, Wallace in center, Smith in right, Blatnick at third, Garcia at short, Yuki Yasuda at second, Valera is at first, Bracamonte and Blackley make up the Diamond battery. Andrew Rosario will be in the field tonight. Eric Thompson calling the balls and strikes on what is turning into a beautiful night. Beautiful evening. And the pitch, swinging a foul back to the screen by Maccabee, the DH, in the count 0-1. And right now, kind of an interesting sight, Scott. The flag behind the batter's eye, Old Glory, blowing straight out. I haven't seen that too much this year, straight out towards center field.
That is a strange direction for the flag, but we get more importantly, we have a breeze back here behind home plate.
0-1 pitch, and that ball is low. Count goes to a ball and a strike, and there it is.
Maccabee hitting .295 with 5 home runs and 17 RBIs.
Right-handed batter waits. And the 1-1 pitch. And this one a bit high, 2 balls and a strike. So a bit of a shakeup with the Martinez Brain Trust.
That's for sure. They fired their old coach, their old manager, shortly after the last time the Diamonds played them. Their new manager, Daniel Parker, I believe, comes out of Napa Valley College.
2-1 pitch, just did miss, count 3-1.
Which ironically is where the Napa Silverados play their games. The other expansion team. And I actually been trying to get some news about what exactly was the final reason that they would make this change.
Big swing and a miss, 3-2.
No one can tell me, so I will continue to look for that information and hopefully have it for you tomorrow or later today or something.
Sometimes the teams don't like to air their dirty laundry.
Right, but there's always somebody willing to.
Scott's willing to do the load, if you let him. Payoff pitch, swing and a miss, strike three, 2 up and 2 down. Good fastball that time by Blackley to get the strikeout. And here's Nathan Etheridge, the first baseman.
Etheridge steps in here hitting .308, 7 home runs, 33 runs batted in. You know, we talked about the short porch and Martinez, but, Vallejo is hitting far more home runs than Martinez is. And so they're either not taking advantage of it, or Vallejo's played a lot of games with Martinez, or something else is happening.
And the first pitch to Nathan, and this is going to be into center field. Wallace coming out. He's going to have to play it on a hop. And it's a little floater base hit with 2 outs. So Etheridge reaches, and here's Barfield now.
Wes got a late start on that. He didn't quite see that it was going to be the blooper that it was, and he was racing in to try to make the play, and he just couldn't get there in time.
And I think we did mention the last time we saw, a couple of times ago when we saw Barfield, that he's related to former Major Leaguer Jesse Barfield. For those of you that remember that, I guess it's going back a ways now, back into the 90s.
There, every time Blackley's got that great move.
And he's got his runner picked off. Etheridge trying to get back, and he won't make it. So that'll officially go as a caught stealing for Etheridge. And we talked about that move when he was here last year. He does it again here. He faces the minimum, does give up a base hit, but catches Etheridge off the bag. And we've played a half an inning here from Winter Chevrolet Stadium in Pittsburgh. Clips don't score. Diamonds coming up.
In baseball, dedication, hard work, and some creative thinking can make a team a champion. At Winter Chevrolet, the same qualities can make you the champion. Pittsburgh new and used Chevrolet dealer has the car that will make you feel like you just hit a home run. With a large
If you've been there before, you know when your car breaks down on the freeway, you want quick, reliable service. You want All Counties Tow. With 20 years of experience, 7 locations in Northern California, and 50 trucks, All Counties Tow is the one to count on when you need roadside help. You can find them at allcotow.com or phone 925-709-0759 for fast, dependable service. Easy and painless. All Counties Tow. In baseball, dedication, hard work, and some creative thinking can make a team a champion. At Winter Chevrolet, the same qualities can make you the champion. Pittsburgh's new and used Chevrolet dealer has the car that will make you feel like you just hit a home run. With a large selection to choose from, Winter Chevrolet is sure to have the car that fits your personality. And their amazing finance programs will allow you to slide into your new car safely. Winter Chevrolet, a proud sponsor of Diamonds Baseball, is off of Highway 4 in Pittsburgh. Winter has what you want.
So a good inning for Travis Blackley. As we go to the bottom of the first inning, Brett Smith to lead it off for the Diamonds. He's in right. Morgan Blatnick is at third. Rafael Valera bats third. He's at first. Carranza in his usual cleanup DH spot. Gabriel Bracamonte, who continues to shine with the bat. He is in the fifth spot playing catcher. Pat O'Donnell in left. Wes Wallace in center. Yuki Yasuda, the second baseman. Jose Garcia, the shortstop. And these guys will take on Jason Harper of the Clippers, a right-hander, 2-4 ERA of 6. He's made 7 starts. Last time out was July the 11th against the Admirals. He got the win, went 9 innings, no earned runs, 3 hits, 7 strikeouts. So the ERA overall not pretty, but coming off a fantastic complete game shutout.
The Diamonds. Where he came through with this complete game shutout, who knows? Let's see if it's still in his blood.
Well, he comes in hot. Here's the pitch to Smith, and that's inside for a ball. Smith, Blatnick, and Valera, the first 3 to face him as we've Gone now to the bottom of the first, and the next one fastball on the outside corner. And Eric Thompson, our plate umpire, nice and quick with that call. Sounds real professional, that sound that he gives it. 1-1 way outside, 2 balls and a strike.
Brett Smith hitting .313. He's got 1 home run on the year with 18 runs batted in.
He and Blatnick have just been so good at the top of the lineup, and even though the Diamonds have not hit tons of home runs, here is the pitch, and this one's going to be down the right field line, a looper, and nearly making the catches. Barfield. It's going to be a foul ball as that went into the Diamond bullpen, and boy, it was looping there, and Barfield made a great chase to go get it, just couldn't quite get there.
There's a replay, and here he comes, and he makes an all-out dive to try to get it. There he goes, and just missed it.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Brett Smith. Lunardelli, Richards, the aforementioned Barfield, left to right in the outfield for the Clips. Hughes, Barrios, Caffrey, Etheridge, third to first. Here's the pitch, and this one hit in the air to right. And Barfield doesn't have very far to run this time. He reaches up and makes the catch. And that is out number 1. Wilkins Jimenez behind the plate for the Clips. And we told you Harper, the right-hander, on the mound for Martinez, who come in with a record of 8-32. And when you talk about a change at the Brain Trust with the coaches, and well, losing usually brings that kind of stuff on, and the Baby Clips are having themselves a very difficult time winning games this year, but not completely unexpected. Here's the pitch to Blatnick, and that is in there for a strike. Count 0-1.
In the first 40 games, they got 8 wins, 32 losses, and are 22 games out of first place.
I believe at least, 2 or 3 of those wins, unfortunately, coming against our Diamonds. Striking there, 0-2 to Morgan.
Blatnick hitting .292 with 4 home runs and 27 RBIs.
But a guy who's just tough to get him to chase. The 0-2 pitch, and he chases here. 1 down to the strike zone, check swing, and he is out number 2. So Smith flies out to right. Blatnick strikes out. Here's Rafael Valera.
Right now, it looks like Jason Harper remembers what he did last outing and is continuing. Valera comes up here with hitting .324 with 3 home runs, 29 RBIs.
And dating back to June the 28th, Valera had an 11-game hit streak. He's hitless in his last 2 games. Here's the pitch to him. Rafi takes a strike on the outside corner, and he had hit safely, Scott, in 19 out of 20. He's been one of those super tough outs as well. 0-1 to Rafi, and he takes a fastball. Mirror image of that first one, and the count 0-2. Joel Carranza waits on deck. If Rafi can extend this inning, and that one just does miss. And good looking pitch right there by Harper, where he was getting that outside call, and he decided to go a little further that last time.
Just picking at that outside corner and see if maybe we can get Valera to go another time.
1-2 pitch. Checks the swing, didn't go around, taken outside. The count 2 balls and 2 strikes. There's Jay Almendraw. Aaron Miles not with us here tonight. Almendraw taking over the duties as the third base coach and the skipper. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, foul tip, held by the catcher Jimenez, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Harper. We've played 1 full from Winter Chevrolet Stadium. Clippers and Diamonds, no score.
Hall of Fame is dedicated to the greatest stars of all time. If Pittsburgh had a Hall of Fame, one of the first inductees would be New Mexico.
Hampton by Hilton. Road trips can be grueling, which is why baseball teams are happy to split their road games. But there's one way to guarantee a win on the road. That's by staying at Hampton Inn by Hilton. Fresh, up-to-date accommodations include a hearty cooked breakfast to get you off to a good start on the day. Known for low-end prices and high-end service, a stay at Hampton Inn by Hilton means you can earn points in the valuable Hilton Honors Program. You can find a Hampton Inn by Hilton in Pittsburg and Brentwood. Oh, sure, you'll ask for advice if you want some, but usually you know exactly how you want your business publications and handouts to look. That's where Paper Tiger Ready Print comes in. It is their mission to help you achieve your business goals, and that starts by listening to what you want and making it happen. At Paper Tiger Ready Print, they believe there is no greater satisfaction than delivering a finished product that helps a client reach their goals and objectives. Give them a try. You won't be disappointed. Paper Tiger Ready Print at 182 East Leland Road in Pittsburgh or readyprint.com.
All right, back for the top of the second. Lunardelli, Hughes, and Matt Richards to face Travis Blackley. Both pitchers facing the minimum 1-2-3 inning for Harper and a 1-2 inning for Travis Blackley. Gave up a base hit to Etheridge, but then promptly picked him off of first base.
He has got the most deceptive move at first base, and it was classic. He throws the ball to first, and the runner is heading to second base. And it got run down. In fact, Blackley was the one who tagged him out.
So Barfield was left at the altar, so to speak. So he's back up there with a clean count. And here we go with the top of the second. He swings and hammers this one into left field. Way back it goes. Way back it goes, and this one is gone. And Barfield has homered, and the Clippers lead at 1-0.
Barfield, who's a new addition, that's his fifth home run and his sixth run batted in. He has only had 26 at bats.
So Barfield starts the inning out with a bomb of a home run. That looked like one of those Wes Wallace moonshots. But that one had plenty of room as it got over the fence and looked like it went past the clubhouse out there in left field as we look into the Clipper dugout. Diamond and Clippers coming to you on Mixler and BayAreaSports.tv. Here's the pitch, swinging a foul. That one's out of play. And the count goes 0-1 for those of you on Mixler. Diamonds in orange, Clippers with the gray pants and wearing the navy blue. Travis from the stretch comes set. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, so the count 0-2 to Jimmy Lunardelli, the left fielder. And you had seen some relief pitchers do this, Scott, where they just forego the whole windup thing, even when there's nobody on base.
Mm-hmm.
Feel like there's less mechanical things that could go wrong. The 0-2 pitch hops up there in the count 1-2.
In the pregame show, we were talking with Jay Armadahl about Blackley now as the pitching coach for the Diamonds, and they had sent him out last week when Brett Solano was struggling, and he said to him, "Why don't you just pitch from the stretch?" And he did, and they immediately calmed down, and things went well. So exactly what you were talking about.
The 1-2 pitch, check swing. They're going to appeal. No swing. Yeah, no swing. That one I didn't think was even close, but you never know what call you might get. So if you're Gabriel Bracamonte, it's not that you get a certain number of those in an inning. You might as well check down with the field umpire. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Travis ready. Here it is. Swing. A one-hopper to the shortstop Garcia. Throws him out. And there's the first out of the top of the second.
That was an easy play for Jose, and if Travis wishes that was the first out of the game. I mean, it was the first batter of the inning, but one solo home run is not a terrible moment.
It does give the Clips the lead, but right now with the situation being what it is in the association and with the Clippers, you hardly feel like this game's going to end 1-0, although we did say that Harper pitched really well his last time out. Sliced down the left field line. That's going to be in for a base hit. And Shane Hughes is going to stop there at first with a single. So he's aboard with one out. Hughes now the runner at first, and here comes the center fielder, Matt Richards.
Matt Richards hitting .298, 4 home runs, 12 RBIs.
Clippers making some noise to start things. Barfield a home run. Lunardelli a ground out. Now a base hit here for Shane Hughes. And the pitch in there for a strike. Good looking fastball from Travis. And the count 0-1. Already 3 hits for the Clips. Coming to the plate, and this one is inside for a ball. Count 1 ball and 1 strike. And of course, Nathan Etheridge sharing his base running experience against Travis Blackley, I'm sure.
Yes. Beware of that pickoff move, and that is not a very big move, a very big lead at first base.
How important those extra steps are. You always talk about catchers and how many guys they throw, what percentage they throw out, and it really comes so much more down to how good is the pitcher at keeping these runners close. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and the count 1-2. And you can see where the pitcher can really get into the heads of some of these base runners, where pitcher's going toward home plate, they're going back to first base. Being held on by Valera. 1-2 pitch coming home. A little hopper. Blatnick charging. Gloves. Fires in time to get him. Close play there at first base. That ball was not hit very hard by Richards. But Blatnick able to come in quickly. No juggling. And he didn't have much time to spare.
Richards was fast at getting down the line, but you're right. Blatnick realized that is when he got the ball and immediately made the throw and put some juice on it behind to get the out.
So Richards is out 5-3. Wilkins Jimenez, the eighth hitter and catcher for the Clippers, bats down with a runner at second base, and the pitch, and that one is outside.
Jimenez hitting .314, 3 home runs, 13 RBIs.
In the last game that on Sunday, the Silverados were able to make pretty good use of the 2-out RBI hit that helped to sink the Diamonds on Sunday, swinging a foul tip here. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Jimenez, if he can keep it going, we'd see Chris Caffrey, the second baseman and 9th place hitter. Clippers trying to turn this lineup over, and Travis Blackley trying to get the Diamonds back into the dugout.
We're missing bat boys today, too. Not just Aaron Miles, but
Boy, we are. No Bodie Brown today.
no,
Wow.
that means Tony's got to do YMCA.
Jeez. That is funny. 1 ball, 1 strike. That one misses, and the count goes 2 balls and a strike. Haven't danced to that since 1979.
Probably not.
2 balls and a strike to the Clipper backstop. Wilkins Jimenez, you get a good look at him there on BayAreaSports.tv. Duck on the pond for him. Here's the pitch. Swung on it, missed strike 2. And Blackley able to fade that one away from him, and Jimenez unable to lay off.
Big roundhouse swing he had there. Should have added to the breeze here.
3 deuces on the board. As Jimenez ready to go. And the 2-2 swing, and this one lifted in the air right side. That'll get out of play. And we'll do the 2-2 again. A hit, run, 3 hits, no errors so far for the Clips. Nothing across so far for the Diamonds. And Jacob Barfield's home run, the lone run of the ball game thus far. Just getting underway from Winter Chevrolet Stadium in Pittsburgh. Anthony Schultz and Scott McDonald bringing you Diamonds baseball. Halfway through the season already. The 2-2 pitch, a called strike 3, floated in there, and Jimenez strikes out. The inning is over. We've played an inning and a half here in Pittsburgh. Clippers come up with a run. They lead it 1-0.
Road trips can be grueling, which is why baseball teams are happy to split their road games. But there is one way to guarantee a win on the road. That's by staying at the Hampton Inn by Hilton.
Little J's. The handcrafted burgers are sensational. The generous sandwiches are delicious. The hand-carved tri-tip is the best in town. Getting hungry? You probably already know where to go to find these food treasures. Little J's in Pittsburgh. Since 2003, Little J's has been rewarding those smart enough to stop in for a meal. They can also cater your next event. On Loveridge Road, it's Little J's Restaurant. The 90 feet between third base and home plate is some of the most important real estate in sports. That's why a coach is located there to help runners navigate the valuable turf. There is help for you, too, when you need to navigate real estate issues. Kroski Real Estate in Pittsburgh has been building strong communities since 1946. The family-owned and operated business is an expert on commercial property management, real estate sales, and residential property management. Kroski Real Estate is on Railroad Avenue in Old Town, Pittsburgh. When you are making the turn for home, get the help you need from Kroski Real Estate.
They offer masala burgers, kebab wraps, and pizza.
And let's go now to the bottom of the second inning. Joel Carranza will start it off. Bracamonte and then Pat O'Donnell. Should anybody reach, the center fielder Wes Wallace would get a chance. Diamonds trailing it 1-0, but just getting underway here at the ballpark tonight. Beautiful day here. The Diamonds going to take on these Clips here tomorrow, and then they'll be going out on the road. And it's going to be a couple of games with the Admirals and then a couple of games with the front-running San Rafael Pacifics.
Actually, it's the Stompers for
Stompers.
2, and then San Rafael for 2. In case you're making plans to join us on the road, don't pull a Scott McDonald and go to Sonoma when the team is in San Rafael, which I did earlier in the first half of the season.
I'm glad you cleared that up. I hate to get blamed for people. Hey, where is everybody? Tony said, whatever I say, look at the schedule anyway. Swing, and this one skied into left field. And Lunardelli is there fighting the sun, reaches over and makes the catch. And right now that's not a super easy play out there. That was just a lazy fly ball, but battling that sun can make it very difficult.
That is the worst part of the of this stadium for sun, and Lunardelli gave a great exhibit of the problems it can cause.
So here's Bracamonte. We talked about Valera having that 11-game hitting streak. Well, right now Bracamonte riding one of those on his own, and that's dating back to July the 4th. So he has been more than a pleasant addition to the squad. This went a little bit low. Came on a couple of weeks into the season, and, well, he is not disappointed.
No, he is not.
Really good. 1-0 pitch to Gabe. In there, a strike, and the count 1-1 strike to the Pittsburgh backstop, Gabe Bracamonte.
Among the league leaders with his .345 average. He's got 6 home runs, 31 RBIs.
Pitch swinging a foul at the plate, and the count quickly now 1-2 strikes.
But he's also gotten high marks for the way he handles the game behind the plates and the team, and especially the pitchers, and his arm, just trying to throw at runners at second.
1-2 pitch, and that one is low for a ball. And I can tell you, Scott, over the last few years that I've been with the club, since Bracamonte's taken over, the number of miscues from that position. 2-2 pitch first, swinging a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit, and the beat goes on for Bracamonte as he reaches first base. The wild pitch pass ball situation is much better.
Absolutely much better. And he is, and that ball, he hit it right where he had to hit it. It wasn't hit very hard, but it just bounded right up the middle of the infield between the two infielders, Caffrey and Barrios, and they just couldn't get there, and it went on into center field.
So Bracamonte's on with one out. Here's the left fielder, Pat O'Donnell. Another one of these bats in the lineup that continues to perform well for Aaron Miles and the Diamonds. Swung on, popped up. Jimenez thinks he's got to play. Does he? Nope. This one will get out of play, and they count no balls and a strike. All-star game tonight in D.C. as the major leaguers doing it for the fans out in the nation's capital.
Last I heard, there was water in the dugouts from a huge rainstorm.
Oh. Rain, wow. Didn't hear about that. No balls and a strike to O'Donnell. Here's the pitch. Swinging a foul left side and out of play. And the count 0-2.
Patrick hitting .295, and he got one home run. He just hit that Sunday, didn't he? 20 RBIs.
No balls and 2 strikes. Of course, the All-Star break coming even later than normal this year with an earlier start. The Major League started in late March this year. Swinging this one into right field. Barfield going back, now coming in and over to make the catch. So Jacob, kind of a strange route to that ball, but makes it look routine anyway, and that's out number 2. And here's Wes Wallace coming up there. 11 bombs on the season for Wes, and they've been coming a little more often, and several of them have been fairly recent.
Right, it's coming in bunches recently, but that right field play by Barfield was odd because the wind isn't up. It's not doing much, and he's not in an area where the sun should be a problem, but he was all over the place trying to get to that.
Wes Wallace up high for a ball. Wes still having some problems with the strikeouts. That's been well documented, but Diamond's certainly glad to see the power returning. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Hammers this one into left field. Lunardelli going back, reaches up. This one's going to be off the left field wall. Bracamonte going to take the turn at third. Here comes the relay throw. It's going to be cut off. And Wes Wallace heads up out there at second base. Didn't get too far off, so he gets back to the bag safely. RBI double, and this ball game is tied up at 1 apiece.
And Jay Armendral at third base, the manager, third base coach tonight, waving Bracamonte to the plate, and that could have been a very close play. When I was in my mind, for some reason, I thought O'Donnell was coming around the corner, and that would have been a different situation with his speed. Bracamonte, though, hustled down there, and the throw was cut off, and he did not even have to slide as he crossed home plate.
I've just seen that so many times in the major leagues, where the guy gets a hit and either the batter or the another runner, here's the pitch, and that's to Yuki Yasuda, and that's outside for a ball. You know, the run will score, the throw gets cut off, and they get thrown out by so far. It's like they're just wandering off the bag if they're not paying attention. So heads up by Wes Wallace to get back in there safely at second base. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and that one just low. 2 balls and no strikes.
Well, the Diamonds have found some answers for Jason Harper here in the second inning. Remember, as we told you, he had a complete game shutout his last outing.
You know, we won't get that tonight. The Diamonds, with a couple of hits here in the inning, have tied it at 1 apiece. Here's the pitch, and Yuki takes inside on the inside corner for a strike. It's 2-1. Carranza, he flew out to left to lead it off. Bracamonte a base hit. O'Donnell flew out to right. Wallace doubled Bracamonte home, so a big 2-out knock for Wes Wallace And the Diamonds have tied it at 1, and Yasuda floats one into center field. Richards is there, reaches up, makes the catch the inning over, but the Diamonds get 2 hits. They leave 1, they score 1. At the end of 2, Clippers and Diamonds all tied 1 apiece.
Ever feel like your huge corporate bank doesn't quite get or even care about your local community? How about a bank founded in Contra Costa County that's been supporting
Red's Barbershop. You know when it's time for a haircut, but you aren't really thrilled with the trim you've been getting? You'd like to find a new hair cutter, but it seems like a big hassle with too many choices and not enough information. We're giving you the take sign, as in take down this information. Call Red's Barbershop and make an appointment. Red has the skills and experience with all types of hair. He is great with the latest styles and still knows how to make you shine with more traditional haircuts. Call 925-382-1399 and make an appointment. That's 925-382-1399. Red's Barbershop is at 190 East 7th Street, just off Railroad Avenue in Old Town. Give Red a call today, 925-382-1399.
Libraries are community centers, and truly the community comes and uses them. They're here for anybody who walks in the door. It's important for people to have a connection to their community because it makes you feel like you belong. Mechanics Bank really values their relationship. They actively reach out with an open hand to nonprofits. Mechanics Bank doesn't just show up and say that they're going to do something. They actually follow through. They're not just a partner in name, they're a partner in person. My name's Kristen Anderson. I'm the Executive Director of the Walnut Creek Library Foundation, and I'm a mechanic.
Top of the 3rd we go. The 9th place hitter, Chris Caffrey, will lead it off for the Clips, then back to the top of the order for Barrios. And then it'll be Alad Maccabi, the 9, 1, and 2 hitter, to face Travis Blackley. Gave up that home run to Barfield leading off the 2nd, but the Diamond offense comes right back in the bottom of the inning. A Bracamonte base hit, a 2-out RBI double for Wes Wallace, and that's where we stand, 1 apiece as we head to the 3rd. Caffrey, right-handed batter. And Blackley's pitch, and that one bounces up there. Count 1 ball and no strikes.
Caffrey steps in here hitting .265 with 4 home runs and 7 runs batted in.
5 hits overall in the ball game, 3 for the Clips, 2 for the Diamonds. Next one, and that is just low. 2 balls and no strikes. Clips coming in here with just 8 victories in their inaugural season. And the 2-0 pitch is a fastball in there for a strike, and the count 2-1.
The Diamonds are at 17 and 23. The Clips are at 8 and 32.
Two-one pitch from Travis. Taken in there, a strike. Good fastball, and the count 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ridge Ackerman has been released by the Diamonds. That was back on the 15th. Dakota Freeze, I saw, was placed on the inactive list. That was as of the 13th. Here's the pitch, and this one hit into right center. Ranging over is Smith to make a fine running catch into right center field. Nice play by Brett out there. That ball was hit very hard, and he read it right, took the proper route, and that is out number 1 in the inning.
Well, the Diamonds know they have too many starting pitchers at the moment, and they have to make a decision if they want to have a 5-pitcher starting rotation. And I don't know if the Dakota Freeze that doesn't seem like a permanent thing. It's a temporary deal. They'll play with the roster, but
the pitch is high as we go back to the top of the order for Pedro Barrios. Pedro, the shortstop of the Clippers, bounced out to his opposing shortstop. He was out 6-3 in the first. They switch in there, a strike, and the count 1-1 to Pedro.
Blackley obviously coming into the picture and is shown that he's up to the task and has just 1 start plus tonight.
Pitch, swing, sliced softly and foul down the right side.
Brett Solano's been very consistent and very good. Jordan Brink has gotten better and better and has been pitching very well as of late. Tyler Steyerwalt has came back from a slight injury, and Corey McDonald are two who were the big, strong pitchers at the start of the year, and maybe the question marks now.
Swing and a miss at the high fastball, and that is strike 3. So Barrios goes down on strikes, and that is quickly out number 2 here in the inning. Here's Alad Maccabi, who struck out his first time.
Elsewhere tonight in the Pacific Association, there are no runs have been scored. Top of the second, Vallejo and Sonoma 0-0. And bottom of the second, Santa Fe and Napa 0-0.
But all games just getting underway around the association. Here's Maccabi, and he tries to check a swing. Looks like he did. They're going to appeal, but the base umpire, Andrew Rosario, didn't say one way or the other. He just said, "Are you kidding? That wasn't even close." 1-0 pitch. Swing, ground ball to short, backhanded by Garcia, throws him out. And that is a 1-2-3 inning for Travis Blackley as we are through 2.5. Clippers and Diamonds all even at 1.
In baseball, dedication, hard work, and some creative thinking can make a team a champion. At Winter Chevrolet, the same qualities can make you the champion. Pittsburgh's new and used Chevrolet dealer has the car that will make you feel like you just hit a home run. With a large selection to choose from, Winter Chevrolet is sure to have the car that fits your personality, and their amazing finance programs will allow you to slide into your new car safely. Winter Chevrolet, a proud sponsor of Diamonds Baseball, is off of Highway 4 in Pittsburgh. Winter has what you want. Nick's Sandwiches. Want to tailgate in City Park before the next Diamonds home game? Nick's Sandwiches is a great place to start. Everything you need for a big crew of hungry fans, or a tasty lunch on the Delta, or a quick grab of coffee and a bite to eat on the way to work. Nick's Sandwiches is in Old Town Pittsburgh on Railroad Avenue across from the marina. Eating at the Diamonds' favorite deli is as satisfying as a 3-run homer. Start your pregame warm-up at Nick's Sandwiches, 315 Railroad Avenue in Old Town.
You guys gotta go, sorry.
All right, as we go to the bottom of the third inning, Jose Garcia, the Diamond ninth place hitter and shortstop. He'll lead it off. Then Brett Smith back to the top of the order. Morgan Blotnick, should anybody reach. Rafael Valera. And the musical chairs going on out there. Kids love that. A lot of things going on here for the kids. They do the hula hoop. They dance to the YMCA. Very family-friendly atmosphere out of the ballpark.
Those are 3 members of the same Little League team, I think, out there. And that's why it's very physical, that musical chairs. But it was all good spirits.
Just a lot of fun to be had for everybody. Come on out to the ballpark and check out some Diamonds baseball. All right, here's Garcia to lead it off. That batting average still down there for Jose. Figured, by now it's got the way he can hit that he would have been moving up and even moving up the lineup. But here's the pitch outside for a ball. But, a lot of other people are hitting too, so kind of tough in that regard. 1 ball, no strikes, and the next pitch to him is a moonshot left field. That one's going to go foul, however, but it does have home run distance. And Jose Garcia, every now and again, just reminds us how strong he really is.
Yes, and he's a streaky hitter, too. He can go through a period of time where he hits a bunch of hits in bunches, so that may be coming. I mean, one assumes it will be coming. I thought maybe he was starting last week. He got a couple of hits against Vallejo, and I think it was 3 for 4, actually, but it just hasn't been consistent.
At least not yet, but he still does have half a season to get this going. 1-1 pitch, and that went inside for a ball, 2-1, but it just seemed like we saw him last year just hit very well. Even like you said, he went through some periods where he wasn't hitting as well, but overall, he was swinging a much better bat. And here's the 2-1 pitch, swing, ground ball, and that is going to be a fair ball past third, down the left field line. Jose around first, headed for second. Here comes the throw, not in time, it's cut off. And Jose Garcia with a leadoff double. Diamonds in business here in the third.
So great to see Jose turn on the afterburner as he heads to first base. As he hits this ball down the line, it was just fair. Barely fair, but there goes. You can see Garcia's already into second base well before he's anywhere near the infield. He is very fast.
And he seems to get around that first base bag very fluidly. And sometimes even if you have speed, if you're just not good at running the bases, you can make yourself appear a lot slower. Here's Brett Smith, and he takes low for a ball. Brett flew out to right his first time, 0 for 1. Morgan Blatnick waits on deck.
That ball just scorched down the left field line and just topped this third base bag, fair territory.
So Diamonds love having that runner on here with the top of the order coming up. Couple of guys that are real tough outs, and here's one spanked in where the shortstop can't handle it. And it looked like the umpire, Andrew Rosario, may have blocked off the shortstop Barrios a little bit, and that was a strange-looking play.
Yeah. And Garcia, too. Let's see if we can stick with it. Maybe let's see. Because it went between both Rosario's legs and Garcia's legs, and I think it was lost there by Barrios.
Well, they're going to put up a hit there, and I'm not going to quibble with that too much because it looked like it went past one door and past another. That made it a lot more difficult of a play than it looked like it was going to be for Barrios. So that's going to be a hit for Brett Smith, and he's aboard at first base now for Morgan Blatnick, who takes a strike. And Blatnick actually, very unusual for him, struck out in that first inning. Comes up here now, nobody out, and runners at first and second.
Travis Blackley's got to be salivating. He sees the potential for actual offensive support.
Third baseman Hughes comes in, playing several steps off the bag at third. Here's a strike poured in by Harper, and the count 0-2. But clearly Hughes at third base was playing in. He'll take a few steps back now. The count has gone to 2 strikes on Blatnick. There you go with that nice split screen. Always nice to get that extra angle in there. The 0-2 pitch, here it is. Swing, ground ball. That'll get the runners over. Picked up by Etheridge. He'll take it to the bag himself. So Blatnick gets the job done in terms of getting those runners moved up. He's out 3 unassisted, but the Diamonds down with runners at second and third with 1 out.
There you can see the unassisted put out at first base. And if you're joining us on BayAreaSports.tv, see that replay. And now Garcia just 90 feet away, and a fly ball could give the Diamonds the lead.
There's the benefit, partner, of guys who don't strike out.
Yes.
We always talk about that, and the way the major leagues has just kind of accepted super high numbers of strikeouts, and Morgan Blatnick just proved why it's a benefit not to do that. Here's a pitch that's up high for a ball, 1-0 to Rafael Valera, who comes here with comes up here now with a chance to plate 2 with a base hit to the outfield. 1-0 to Rafi. This one outside for a ball. Count 2-0.
Yeah, Garcia not the only one. Here comes the coach for the Clippers. I guess he saw something Harper was doing or wants to make sure the defense is aligned properly. But the Diamonds have speed at both bases, at third and at second. And, in fact, speed up and down the lineup this year. They are second in the league to Napa, which runs about, which has almost twice as many stolen bases because they run like jackrabbits. But the Diamonds are in second place and taking advantage of the speed that they have. We talked to Jay about that before the game as well. Would he be running? And he said he didn't want to give away his secret strategy. So, but I think that means that they have plans on running. And they haven't, this is not a situation where, maybe if you had Jackie Robinson at third, you could steal home. But the
Don't tell that blabbermouth Scott. He'll let everybody know. 2-0 pitch, swing, and this one popped up on the infield. Barrios on the edge of the outfield grass, battling the sun, and makes the catch. And that is a big second out here in the inning as Valera pops to the shortstop.
certainly not deep enough to score anybody. So, well, in Jay's defense, of course, he did have a big camera in his face and microphones. So he might have surmised that they could have gotten out.
Well, you talk about some of the skippers not wanting to give things away. You should talk to some of these high school football coaches. Oh, my. I think I'm a Russian spy or something. Big swing and a miss here by Joel Carranza. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. I mean, I was actually asked to leave, I won't say what school, but to leave a practice field, swinging a foul here in the count, 0-2, by the football coaches because they thought I was spying on them. Seriously. And I was stone cold sober at the time, Scott. Okay, so that had nothing to do with my behavior.
That's people are paranoid. And
unbelievably so. Swinging this one fouled off right side, and that one will get out of play. And the Clips give a futile chase. Count now 0-2 to Joel Carranza. Well, Wes Wallace did come up with that 2-out RBI base hit to tie the ball game here for the Diamonds. And let's see if Carranza can't do likewise to give the boys in orange the lead.
This is a big moment for the Diamonds because it's a feel-good inning when you got runners at second and third, but it doesn't mean anything unless they score.
Here's the pitch. Carranza looks, takes. It's 1-2. That situational hitting, you know it's 0-2. You've seen Harper and even Blackley go out of the strike zone in those situations. 1-2 pitch, way outside. It's 2-2. But then you get into that situation as a hitter, Scott, where you just all of a sudden you're overthinking, and the guy throws one right down the middle. You're not ready to swing. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 2 on. Here it is, way up high. It's 3-2.
It just happens often, it seems to me, that the pitcher decides to waste one and then has a hard time getting back into the strike zone.
Right. Sometimes it's hard to turn it on and turn it off. You know you want to execute in certain situations, but that proper execution can be the problem. Payoff pitch. Swing and foul back. And if you're Harper, you do have first base open, so no reason to come into Joel. The problem is Bracamonte's on deck, and as we've said, he has been swinging a hot bat ever since he got to town.
Joel Carranza is sporting some spiffy black and orange shoes that I don't think we've seen before.
No, I don't think so.
But that could be the Pittsburgh Diamonds special. Those
really?
shoes.
You're going to see him now. Payoff pitch again, swinging. That ball's hit into center field. Richards going back, still going back, runs back and makes the catch. Couple of steps ahead of the wall out there in center field, and a nice job by Harper to pitch around second and third with just 1 man out, but he does it, and we've completed 3 here from Pittsburgh. Clippers and Diamonds all tied at 1.
One example of teamwork is a smoothly executed double play memorialized in the famous baseball poem, Tinkers to Evers to Chance. Another example of great teamwork is the Pittsburgh Chamber of Commerce. MyPittsburghChamber.org brings together the many and varied businesses that make up the local economy and forges them into a community force that is focused on economic development, advocacy, partnerships, and workforce development. The Pittsburgh Chamber is making a difference. Even if your business doesn't leave you the time to get personally involved, your membership contribution will advance the cause. Visit mypittsburghchamber.org today. If you've been there before, you know When your car breaks down on the freeway, you want quick, reliable service. You want All Counties Tow. With 20 years of experience, 7 locations in Northern California, and 50 trucks, All Counties Tow is the one to count on when you need roadside help. You can find them at allcotow.com or phone 925-709-0759 for fast, dependable service. Easy and painless. All Counties Tow.
So Jason Harper able to strand 2 and keep things tied at 1 as we head to the 4th inning. And for more play-by-play, here's Scott McDonald.
Thank you, Tony. Nathan Etheridge, Jacob Barfield, and Jimmy Lunardelli will come up to the plate here as the Diamonds and the Clippers are locked in 1-1 for Travis Blackley on the mound. I talked about how excited he must have been. Looks like there might be offensive support last inning, and there was not in the end. At the end of the inning because the Diamonds did not score. So it is still 1-1, and he will, of course, be doing his best to keep the Clippers at bay. Etheridge here was picked off. He got a single and then was picked off by Blackley, and so that ended that first inning when he was tagged out actually by Blackley in the rundown between first and second. First pitch here is a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes. 1-1, top of the 4th inning. Tuesday night, game 1 of the second half of the season. And like we said last year, this pitch is high, bounder over the mound, goes back to be behind second. Yasuda has it, but he cannot make the throw. He was headed towards left field. He made a nice grab to get the ball, but he could not get a wheel around to make a throw anywhere near in time to get Etheridge. And so Etheridge has his second hit of the game.
And Etheridge with that high bounding ball, and you can see Yasuda, boy, the second baseman and shortstop almost collide behind second base. And then Yuki did the right thing. He had no play. He just held on to the baseball.
Here comes Barfield, a home run to lead off the second inning, and that has been the scoring offense for Martinez. Etheridge, of course, was on base before, was picked off. You know, the most deceptive move perhaps in baseball is Travis Blackley. He's got some enormous number of pickoffs in his baseball history, not just here in the Pacific Association, the major leagues, etc. He just looks like he's to the runner. He looks like he's going to the plate, and he's kicking the ball, kicking right towards first base, and so often they make the wrong decision.
There's a good look at him there.
1-0 pitch. Ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
And that's got to make a runner gun shy. You know, to get hung out to dry like that, that run back to the dugout cannot feel good.
Well, Etheridge has got a very short lead over at first base. Here's a pitch. That's a strike, and it's 2-1. Runs are at a premium tonight. Still no runs scored in the other games in the league. They're into the 3rd inning there. We're here in the 4th. 1 run, 4 hits for each team. Blackley looks at first, comes to the plate. Swung on and popped up. Left side of the infield. In foul ground on the right side. And Valera makes a catch. He was over closer to the fence, and then he had to kind of lean over and take a couple steps to catch that ball as it came towards the foul line. But he did make the catch, and that's out number 1.
Boy, that looked a lot tougher than it originally appeared that it was going to be. Valera coming over toward the Diamond dugout, and then he completely had to reverse field. I don't know if the wind caught it, or must have been the wind. Didn't look like it was that difficult, but then, boy, that almost looked like he was going to misplay that ball.
From that position, looking up there, he might have had a sun issue. I'm not sure. Here's a pitch from Blackley, and that's low for a ball. That's 1-0. Here's a sun issue. Morgan Blatnick was calling for it at third. That was mine.
Oh, no, those are just sunspots.
Here's a throw to first. Etheridge is back in.
Didn't have real far to go. He's barely taking a step and a half off there, Scott. He is not getting a big lead at all. Now a little bit bigger here.
Jimmy Lunardelli at the plate with a 1-0 count, and the pitch to him is a strike, and it's 1-1. Etheridge on the year has 1 stolen base and has not been caught stealing, so it's not something he does a lot of anyway. But this pitch is ground ball to the right side. This could be 2. You suit up with throw to second for 1. The throw to first is safe. Not in time.
No, that was close. Ball just not hit hard enough. But Yasuda's throw, the feed over the second base, looks good, quick, and there it is. It looks like a pretty good call. So the Diamonds able to get the lead runner, pick up the second out in the inning, but things are going to continue here as Hughes comes up to hit.
Lunardelli gets down there in time to beat out the throw. Shane Hughes steps up here. He singled back in the second inning. Lefty against lefty here. That pitch is inside for a ball, and it's 1-0.
Hits all even at 4, runs even at 1. Good ball game here this evening.
Shane Hughes waiting for Blackley's offering. And here it comes. And that's a strike. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 down here in the top of the 4th. You know, Blackley's got his own kind of spiffy black and orange shoes, different types.
I think he's sporting the Nikes. There it is. The orange laces, of course. Used to be with just black shoes, white laces.
Right. Ground ball again, slowly to Yasuda. He stays away from the base runner and throws out Shane Hughes. He almost had trouble running into Lunardelli, who was going from first to second. But they managed not to have a collision, and Yasuda got the ball to first base in time. So the Diamonds get out of what looked like it might be a troublesome inning with no runs scored. We're going to the bottom of the 4th here with the score tied at 1. Hampton by Hilton. Road trips can be grueling, which is why baseball teams are happy to split their road games. But there's one way to guarantee a win on the road. That's by staying at Hampton Inn by Hilton. Fresh, up-to-date accommodations include a hearty cooked breakfast to get you off to a good start on the day. Known for low-end prices and high-end service, a stay at Hampton Inn by Hilton means you can earn points in the valuable Hilton Honors Program. You can find a Hampton Inn by Hilton in Pittsburg and Brentwood. Little J's. The handcrafted burgers are sensational. The generous sandwiches are delicious. The hand-carved tri-tip is the best in town. Getting hungry? You probably already know where to go to find these food treasures. Little J's in Pittsburgh. Since 2003, Little J's has been rewarding those smart enough to stop in for a meal. They can also cater your next event. On Loveridge Road, it's Little J's Restaurant. We're back here for the bottom of the 4th inning. Jason Harper getting his warm-up pitches in, and he was in a jam there last inning when the first 2 hitters got on base, and he pitched out of it without allowing a run. So we are still tied at 1 here. If we go to the bottom of the 4th, Gabriel Bracamonte will be the first hitter, followed by Patrick O'Donnell and Wes Wallace, as the Diamonds trying to squeeze a 4th place lead. They're starting the second half of the season tied with Napa, and they had a chance over the weekend maybe to open up a little something, and then they split the 2 games instead of sweeping them as they had the chance to do. This pitch to Bracamonte is outside for a ball, and it's 1-0.
And as far as Jason Harper goes, before making that last start, Scott, he was just 1-4 with an ERA of over 6. And since then now is it 12 innings, 1 run.
He's looked good tonight. He hasn't been perfect tonight, but he has looked good tonight. He got out of that jam, like we said. The count now is 2-0 to Bracamonte here. Bracamonte, his first time up, singled right up the middle of the diamond. The 2-0 pitch, high inside, and he backs away from it, and now it's 3 balls and no strikes.
You say that, numbers don't lie, but then again, That doesn't mean the guy's going to do what he's been doing previously. And whatever's happening, Mr. Harper's turning things around in this 2018 season.
Numbers may, there's a 3-1 count now as Bracamonte takes a strike. The numbers, however, would indicate, as I looked at them today, that the Diamonds would be in a much better position. The Diamonds are a strong third in pitches inside for ball 4, and Bracamonte will take first base. The Diamonds are a strong third in batting, pitching, and fielding in the league, and they are a poor fourth in the standings.
Right.
And it doesn't add up. You have to figure out where is the problem. It's they had started out slowly as far as hitting was concerned, but they came roaring back, and they still are hitting well. And their pitching has had some problems here and there, but as far as the league is concerned, they're the third place team ERA. First pitch here to Patrick O'Donnell goes right up the middle of the diamond and into center field. A base hit. Bracamonte around second, and he'll hold on there. He's a daring base runner, and he will try to take that extra base whenever possible. That was another thing Jay was talking about in the pregame show, how the Diamonds need to do that, need to be more daring. They need to push the envelope perhaps a little bit on the base pass. They now have, the first two batsmen on here in the bottom of the fourth. Bracamonte at second, O'Donnell on at first, and Wes Wallace will come up. Here's the pitch to Wallace, and that bounces up there. It's a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. Bracamonte scored on Wes's double back in the second inning, and he was on first base when Wallace hit that off the wall, off the left field wall, and he kept running, and he was waved to the plate by Armandral at third, and he came in to score with the ball cut off. It could have been a tight play, but he came in and scored standing up, and that is the Diamonds run, and it's 1-1.
Don't run into too many catchers with wheels.
That pitch is outside. A good save by Jimenez. And he had to get up and get out of his crouch to save that one, and he did. 2 balls and no strikes now to Wes Wallace.
You have to kind of search far and wide to think of a catcher that was actually speedy on the base path and not just clumsy.
2 balls, no strikes. Harper looks back at second. The 2-0 pitch is ball 3, 3-0. So he's suddenly had a problem here in this fourth inning finding the strike zone. He walks Bracamonte. O'Donnell doesn't waste any time getting a single. And now Wes Wallace has a 3-0 count with 2 runners on and nobody out. Harper to the plate, 3-0. Outside, ball 4, and now they're loaded up. There's nobody out here in the fourth inning. Bracamonte's at third. O'Donnell is on at second. Wes Wallace is now down to first base, and Yuki Yasuda will step up here. Yasuda gave that ball a ride to center field that first time up, but it was caught for out number 3 in inning number 2. Now he's up with the bases juiced and nobody out.
Diamonds in business here. And now looking for that crooked number to get them some separation from the Clippers.
Harper to the plate to Yasuda. The pitch is a strike. It's 0-1.
See the Clippers looking for that double play ball. Guys in the corner. If it's hit right to them, I would suspect they'd go home to first.
That pitch is a strike. It's 0-2.
You talk about speed. Yuki's got it, so tough guy to double up. And Yuki, a guy out of the batter's box, usually, and then, oh boy, timeout had been called, and Harper apparently didn't get the memo. Ball kind of, boy, that could have been ugly.
Could have been ugly, but I don't know why he didn't hear it. Well, so a lot of times they just don't stop the windup. If they started it, they just don't want to pull a muscle. Here's a pitch. Swanee Yasuda bounces to the left side of the third baseman. Has a bounce off of his glove into left field for a base hit, or at least an error. 1 run comes in to score. 2 runs in to score as Patrick O'Donnell scores. Gabriel Bracamonte comes in before him, and it is 3-1 in favor of Pittsburgh.
Yeah, boy, it looked like one that Hughes should have played. It looked like that was a double play opportunity, and he just had to go off his glove. Now, Scott, was that a situation where it was a Sun situation? because as he reached up to his left, the ball looked like it hit it right on the pocket of the glove and just couldn't hold it.
And went on into short left field, and O'Donnell with his speed raced in to score from second base behind Bracamonte. And so now it is 3-1 Diamonds, and they've got Wes Wallace at second, Yasuda at first, and still nobody out. Jose Garcia comes to the plate. Harper looks at Wallace and looks at the plate, comes to the plate, and the pitch is Garcia tried to hold up, and was it foul tipped? Okay, because he tried to hold up and he foul tipped it anyway, so it's 0-1. Yasuda making contact on the ball. You're talking about not striking out, and that's a situation. Any kind of contact will score. Almost any kind of contact will score a run, and that time with the error, it brought in two. Swing and a miss by Garcia, and it's 0-2 now on Jose here. Still nobody out. Bottom of the fourth inning. It's now 3-1 in favor of Pittsburgh.
And Jose comes up in that situation where just trying to at least get the runners over, especially when you're the ninth place hitter. It's a guy that can handle the bat. Just want to make it, if you're going to make it out, make it a productive one.
The 0-2 pitch swung, and he hits this one on a line to left field. The left fielder, Lunardelli, is there to make the catch. He didn't really have to go left, right, or anywhere. Just kind of stay there and try to battle the sun and make the catch, which he did successfully.
And sometimes that's one of the hardest balls to judge when it's hit right at you, especially on a line. But Lunardelli didn't have any problems with that one, sun or whatnot. It's the first out of the inning.
That's a good look at Brett Smith stepping up here with runners at first and second and one out. He is 1 for 2 tonight. He's got a single in the third inning. Harper looks at second. There goes Wallace. There go the runners. Here's the throw down to third, and Wallace is in at third, and the ball goes into left field. Does Wallace even know that? He gets up, and now he comes to the plate, and the throw is going to be on into third base, and Wallace scores. I don't know if he hurt himself down there, but he slid into third, and the ball went on into left field, and he seemed to just not be aware of that for a moment. And then finally he gets up and he takes off. There you can see it in the replay. And he comes in to score, and it is 4-1.
So stolen bases for the runners. Error on the throw. Diamonds get another run, so they get 3, and some sloppy defense here by the Clippers helping out in all 3 of those runs.
1-0 count on Smith, and now it's 1-1. That pitch is a strike. Yasuda is now down at second base. There is one out, and Smith at the plate. But Wallace had it stolen. It was going to be a stolen base, and Hughes just had a hard time holding on to the ball. Now they're trying to fake Yasuda into a pickoff play. Just a little bounce off the second base bag. Is a little second base dance or something. I don't know. No throw. 1-1 count. Now Harper turns back towards second, and Yasuda's back in.
I was going to tell you about a stat that I heard about a while ago with the acronym FIP, Fielding Independent Pitching, and just tells you how much fielding can help your pitcher.
Ground ball left side. Let's see, shortstop Barrios has it. His throw to the first base is good to get Smith, and down to third goes Yasuda.
And unfortunately, Jason Harper's finding that out here in this inning.
Yeah.
But the fielding, well, if it's not very good, it doesn't help your pitcher.
No.
Even though they're making errors here, but a lot of times we're comparing it with John Lester of the Cubs, and just by the Cubs having so much more range and being able to get to balls that other teams may not get to, and all these different calculations that they do for these stats, but it can totally change what kind of ERA a pitcher will have.
Well, the Diamonds found out a lot about that last week when they had a very poor week of fielding, really. And they are hoping that is a little symptom or a little bit of the fielding flu that's gone. Platnick grounds this one up the middle. Barrios has this one. His throw to first will be in time. Yasuda will not score from third base, but the Diamonds do get 3 runs here on only one hit in the inning. As the scores, we go to the top of the fifth, is Pittsburgh 4 and Martinez 1. The 90 feet between third base and home plate is some of the most important real estate in sports. That's why a coach is located there to help runners navigate the valuable turf. There is help for you, too, when you need to navigate real estate issues. Kroski Real Estate in Pittsburgh has been building strong communities since 1946. The family-owned and operated business is an expert on commercial property management, real estate sales, and residential property management. Kroski Real Estate is on Railroad Avenue in Old Town, Pittsburgh. When you are making the turn for home, get the help you need from Kroski Real Estate.
Libraries are community centers, and truly the community comes and uses them. They're here for anybody who walks in the door. It's important for people to have a connection to their community because it makes you feel like you belong. Mechanics Bank really values their relationship. They actively reach out with an open hand to nonprofits. Mechanics Bank doesn't just show up and say that they're going to do something. They actually follow through. They're not just a partner in name, they're a partner in person. My name's Kristen Anderson. I'm the Executive Director of the Walnut Creek Library Foundation, and I'm a mechanic.
Top of the fifth inning here at Winners Chevrolet Stadium. And as you see Bracamonte there waving his hands over his head, that means it's a signal to the rest of the team that this is the last warm-up pitch, and so the throw's going to go down to second base. That's why he's doing that. In case you were unaware, top of the fourth inning in Sonoma, the Admirals are leading the Stoppers 4-0 there. It is the bottom of the fourth in Napa, and the San Rafael Pacifics are losing to the Silverados 2-0. Here it is 4-1. Travis Blackley has a 3-run lead to work with, and that is something that he doesn't get very often. So let's see how long he can enjoy this. Matt Richards, Wilkins Jimenez, and Chris Caffrey will come to the plate. That pitch, low for ball. It's 1-0. Matt Richards is in center field. Had a couple of exciting plays, but he was able to, the one on Joel Carranza's hit, the other one on Yasuda, but he was able to catch up with the ball and make catches deep in center field. This pitch to Richards is swung on, popped up, right side, Valera over into foul ground in the bullpen. Wheels around and he does not make the catch.
We had to circle around for that one. Then he has to look out for the bullpen mound.
Right.
And we've seen a couple of plays here in foul ground where guys are going one way and they have to reverse field to come back the other way to catch the ball. Taking another look here with Valera. Yeah, overruns it initially. I'm just thinking maybe it's because there's shade over there that time, so
yeah,
maybe the wind is just pushing it a little further than the guys think and making those routine plays a lot tougher.
This pitch to Richards, who has a new lease on life, is a strike, and it's 1-2. It's also maybe O'Donnell would have been better to be the person getting that ball, coming at it, because that was just a very difficult twisting and turning relationship with the ball that Valera had, and he couldn't make the catch. I don't even know if he was as close as it looked. I think the ball might have been farther away than it looked. The pitch was fouled away, 1-2.
Yeah, super long run for O'Donnell. Yasuda coming over there might have had a better look, but just fooled Valera enough so where he couldn't make the catch. The Diamonds don't get the out.
1-2 count. Blackley to the plate, 1-2. That's high for a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
That one sounded faster than some of the others here from Blackley so far. Travis throws with some pretty good velocity, but not popping the glove the way some of the other pitchers in the league do.
2-2 pitches high and inside for ball 3, and now it's a full count, 3-2 on Matt Richards. The Diamonds and the Clippers here tonight. They'll be back tomorrow night, 6 o'clock at Winter Chevrolet Stadium. And it's supposed to be another summer day here in Pittsburgh, and it'll be a lovely summer night, so come out and join us. Here's the pitch from Blackley. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Then the Diamonds will take a 4-game road swing to visit Sonoma and then San Rafael. And next week, they come back to play the Napa Silverados and the Vallejo Admirals here Tuesday through Friday. So if you're planning ahead, those could be some good games to see, especially these games against Napa. It's just kind of surprising, but they're battling Napa for this 4th playoff position. 1 out, nobody on. Jimenez up here, and he grounds the ball foul to the left side and towards the dugout. His first time he was caught looking, that was back in the 2nd inning. Blackley so far has collected 4 strikeouts on the night. No balls and 1 strike here to Jimenez, and the 0-1 pitch is swung on a missed strike 2.
Fastball climbing the ladder, and Wilkins can't hold up. And a pitcher you just got to love when you don't have to throw the ball in the strike zone to get the guys to swing.
0-2 count on the Clippers catcher. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on him. It's strike 3. Well, Blackley is looking stronger in this inning than he has all night. He's had a couple innings where he faced 3 batters, but he's now got 2 outs, nobody on, and Chris Caffrey coming up, who flew out to right field the first time he was up to bat.
Well, he faced the minimum in the first when Etheridge was picked off. Got 1, 2, 3 in the 3rd. 1 over the minimum in the 4th because Etheridge got an infield base hit. So other than that home run,
Caffrey lifts this one to the right side. Brett Smith moving over towards the foul line. He stops, goes underneath it, and makes the catch. So that was a quick 1-2-3 inning here for Travis Blackley at the top of the 5th. We're going to the bottom of the 5th, and the score, Pittsburgh 4 and Martinez 1.
starting to look kind of dominant.
Yeah, and he's in such a situation, I think that he's playing himself into shape, really. So, it starts to click after a while. Now, are they doing? Red's Barbershop. You know when it's time for a haircut, but you aren't really thrilled with the trim you've been getting? You'd like to find a new hair cutter, but it seems like a big hassle with too many choices and not enough information. We're giving you the take sign, as in take down this information. Call Red's Barbershop and make an appointment. Red has the skills and experience with all types of hair. He is great with the latest styles and still knows how to make you shine with more traditional haircuts. Call 925-382-1399 and make an appointment. That's 925-382-1399. Red's Barbershop is at 190 East 7th Street, just off Railroad Avenue in Old Town. Give Red a call today, 925-382-1399. Nick's Sandwiches. Want to tailgate in City Park before the next Diamonds home game? Nick's Sandwiches is a great place to start. Everything you need for a big crew of hungry fans, or a tasty lunch on the Delta, or a quick grab of coffee and a bite to eat on the way to work. Nick's Sandwiches is in Old Town Pittsburgh on Railroad Avenue, across from the marina. Eating at the Diamond's favorite deli is as satisfying as a 3-run homer. Start your pregame warm-up at Nick's Sandwiches, 315 Railroad Avenue in Old Town. Welcome back to the bottom of the 5th inning. We've had some odd paths that the outfielders have taken to the fly balls a couple times, and now we may know why, because we just had the nose on the bat contest where you go around in circles with your nose on the bat, and then you try to run a certain direction, and the participants had a hard time running a straight line.
When I was a little kid in my day, we used to just spin around till we fell down and watch the whole sky spin. That took up some summer nights.
Yeah, exactly.
Killed a few brain cells too.
Rafael Valera stepping in here to lead off the bottom of the 5th inning. The pitch to him is grounded to the left side, and there is Shane Hughes with a pickup, and his throw to first is in time for out number 1. And for Hughes, who's had a tough time at third base, that has got to feel good to get a clean play and a clean out. Now comes Mr. Shoes, Joel Carranza, and he has got his new black and orange cleats on. You can see there in that shot as he steps into the batter's box. There we go.
Good looking shot right there.
That pitch is a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes. Carranza comes up here. He's flown out to left and he's flown out to center. That's a strike. 1-1. He came up with runners at second and third in the third inning with 2 outs, and that's when he flew out to center. Curveball is outside for a ball, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike. Gabriel Bracamonte is on deck. Two-one count to Carranza. Did he swing? No, says the field umpire, Rosario.
Got a handful of those check swings and those appeals, and so far every time it's been thumbs down.
Eric Thompson is a very lively umpire behind home plate. This pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 2.
Big wave around with that bat by Carranza as he completely goes through that motion.
He's a big first ball hitter, so a 3-2 count would be a long time at the batter's box. But he walks this time, and down to first base he goes.
Yeah, a lot of guys don't like to swing at that first pitch, but after a while, if you keep getting that get-me-over fastball for the first one, it seems like that might be the best pitch you see in the at-bat.
Exactly, and why not swing at it? If it's it's up to you. It's a good pitch.
Good pitch.
Swing at it.
Swing.
Bracamonte steps up here, and he has a single in that second inning and scored a run. And then he walked to lead off the fourth inning and scored a run. It is 4-1 here in favor of Pittsburgh. Now the Diamonds with a runner at first base and 1 down. The pitch to Bracamonte, a strike, and it's 0-1.
You always hear about guys that don't like to swing 3-0 either, and sometimes, that's when you see that get-me-over fastball so often, Scott, and sometimes, practically on a tee.
Right.
That's the one you should be swinging at.
This pitch swing and a miss by Bracamonte, and now it's 0-2. They roll it down a little pipe.
Right.
You want to hit this?
I just never understood, why would you have a problem swinging at that particular pitch? I've never actually heard an answer to that.
Well, I think the argument is no balls and 2 strikes here. Bracamonte watches the outside for a ball. It's 1-2. Obviously, they think the pitcher's, getting into trouble. He hasn't been able to throw a strike since you've been up there, so it's 3-0. So,
but when you see it,
yeah, it's kind of like when you hit that.
Right down the tube, like you said.
This pitch is a ball, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Bracamonte behind in the count, 0-2, and now he's worked it back up even. 2 balls and 2 strikes with Joel Carranza leading from first base. Let's see if his magic shoes can score.
And he's got the black socks way up high, too, so the orange really jumping off his feet.
2-2 count, the 2-2 pitch. Swung and bound to the left side. The shortstop, Barrios, over. He picks it up, throws to second for 1, on to first. Double play. So that does it for the Diamonds here in the 5th inning. A very nice play. Barrios made a very nice play at shortstop, getting that double play started. We're going to go to the top of the 6th. The score, the Diamonds 4, the Clippers 1.
Whether your goal is to get to Carnegie Hall or to break into the Diamonds lineup, the best way to get there is practice, practice, practice. If baseball is your thing, the best place to practice is Payless batting cages in Concord. There are 5 covered all-season goal cages good for both baseball and softball. Conveniently located a little past Park in Concord, Payless batting cages is your year-round enjoyment for the whole family. Diane's Embroidery and Graphics is the official gear provider for the Pittsburgh Diamonds. The same high-quality products they produce for the Diamonds fans can be made to promote your team or cause. T-shirts, polo shirts, magnets, coffee mugs, practically anything with a space on it can be turned into promotional materials by Diane's Embroidery and Graphics. The possibilities are endless and the cost is affordable. You find them online at dianesembroidery.com.
Top of the 6th inning here with the Diamonds leading 4-1 against the Martinez Clippers. The Clippers going to send the top of the order up here in the 6th inning. It's going to be Pedro Barrios, who just made that nice play at shortstop. Alan Maccabee, the designated hitter, and then Nathan Etheridge, their first baseman, who's had an adventurous day on the base pass. Picked off once and then was eliminated on a fielder's choice in the fourth inning. But first, we're going to have Barrios up here, who grounded out in inning number 1 and then struck out in the third. Bracamonte has now put the gear on after they bounded into that double play, and of course had to go back to the dugout and get all of his protective gear on. Now he has run out there and took one pitch and throws it down to Yuki Yasuda at second base, and we're going to be underway here for the top of the 6th. Elsewhere, well, there's a wild one in Sonoma. The Admirals have taken a 4-0 lead, and now the Stoppers have come back, and they lead 5-4. That game is in the bottom of the 4th in Sonoma. Blackley to the plate here, swings and pops it up foul and out of play, does Barrios, and that's 0-1. In Napa, the bottom of the 4th, the Silverados 7 and the San Rafael Pacifics nothing, and that is a surprise. Blackley back to the plate, and that 0-1 pitch is a strike. I think he says he swung at it, and it's 0-2. Thompson calling balls and strikes, says that Barrios went around, and so it's going to be no balls and 1 strike, and no balls and 2 strikes now. Blackley 0-2. The pitch is high for a ball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Barrios holds that bat up with his left hand. He's a right-handed batter. Left hand is like he's taking the measure of the pitcher. A lot of batters will do that. Here's a pitch from Blackley. It's high ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Nice second outing here for Travis, following it 6 innings and 3 runs, his first time out. Hope to see a lot more of this as the season goes along.
Here's a 2-2 pitch. This pitch is lifted high to right field. Smith going to the warning track. He's there, and he makes the catch.
That ball hit very well, but Smith able to track it down in front of the Rotary Club sign. So that one whacked hard, but just a lot of noise for the first out.
Right underneath the scoreboard out there in right center. And Smith with his speed got underneath it and made the catch. Out number 1, and here comes Alan Maccabee. He struck out in the first inning, and he grounded out in the third. So that was allowed out here in the 6th. Here's the pitch from Blackley, and it's low for a ball. It's 1-0.
Actually got really a bit of a pitcher's duel going on. The 3 runs given up by Harper a couple innings ago. Had a couple of misplays at third base and the one throwing error by the catcher going into left field. All 3 of those runs were unearned.
This pitch low and inside for a ball, and it's 2-0 now. And Harper coming off, as we said, a complete game shutout against Vallejo his previous time on the mound. And he has looked pretty good, pretty much in the same vein today. That pitch is a strike, and it's 2-1. Maccabee hitting for Harper as the designated hitter. The 2-1 pitch. Swung on, bounded foul down the left field line. Now it's going to be 2-2.
And Travis certainly been able to go out of the strike zone and getting the Clippers to chase. And, a lot of those pitches, Scott, they're around the periphery of the strike zone. So they look very tempting to a hitter, and getting the Clippers to expand that strike zone the way Travis wants them to do.
This pitch is swung on and lifted high and foul, and racing over is O'Donnell, but he's not going to have a play, and it's going to be out of play. So the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Diamonds have gone through a period where they've played a lot of games against the expansion clubs, but that's going to end tomorrow, and they're going to have a lot of games coming up against the Stoppers and then the Admirals. They'll have 6 out of 8 games at one stretch against the Vallejo Admirals. And then at the end of the season, they play a lot against Napa and Martinez. Pitch is swung on and missed. Bracamonte drops the ball, but comes up throwing down to first base where Valera makes the catch, and that's out number 1.
And Bracamonte not shy about getting enough room, either in foul ground or in fair ground, to get the angle on that throw. I mean, he's not one to just take a little bit. He always takes quite a few steps out there.
Well, that is the most difficult part of that, I believe.
Yeah.
Because that
don't hit the runner in the back.
Exactly. And then you're going to have the runner on. Nathan Etheridge singled and picked off the base paths in the first inning, and then singled again in the fourth and out on a fielder's choice. So he is 2 for 2. But may not feel like it. That pitch is a strike, and it's 0-1. Blackley looking for his second straight 1-2-3 inning here. The 0-1 pitch. A ball. That got a shake of the head from Bracamonte. Like, what do you have to do to get a strikeout?
That's what I was thinking, partner. I was thinking, Eric.
1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Strike 2, 1-2. Six strikeouts on the day for Travis Blackley.
And against no walks.
That bounces up there. And I guess it bounced off Gabriel because Eric seems to be all right. Eric Thompson, the home plate umpire, and Gabriel Bracamonte, the catcher.
And just by memory here, Scott, I think that's the furthest from the strike zone that Travis has been all night long, was with that last pitch.
And, it's just reflected in the score. You just look back at the way the games go and loading the bases with guys who've given walks and hit by pitch. And then it doesn't take 1 or 2 hits, and all of a sudden they've scored a bunch of runs.
Right.
2-2 count here. The 2-2 pitch is swung on, and that's fouled away. Count stays at 2-2. Nathan Etheridge at the plate, doing battle with Travis Blackley. And Etheridge has been a sore spot for Blackley, 2 hits on the day. The run that the Martinez Clippers had has come off of a solo home run by Jacob Barfield to lead off the second inning. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, bounded foul at the plate, and still alive.
I think Travis has been in control the whole way, throwing a lot of strikes, not getting too far behind really any one of these hitters, and being able to get the swings and misses once he's gotten to 2 strikes as well.
2-2 count. The Clippers happy that Etheridge is doing battle here because they want to get that pitch count as high as they can. That's ball 3-2 on Blackley. Try to get him out of the game earlier, but he has been mowing through it. But this has been, Etheridge has taken some pitches here. Full count now, 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Top of the 6th, 4-1, Pittsburgh. Pitch is swung on and lifted to deep right field. Now Brett Smith is under it, he says. He's got it right and short of the warning track, and that is out number 3. 1, 2, 3 inning in the 6th for the Diamonds and Blackley, and we're going to the bottom of the 6th with the score Pittsburgh 4, Martinez 1.
And eat.
Thinking we'll camp out. Thanks, though.
God. Can we eat?
Could I have a hot dog?
Sure, yeah.
And a water?
And water? All right.
Just a plain water.
Plain? Sure.
A cold water.
All right. I'm gonna go tell him.
Are you doing the scoreboard too?
Huh?
Are you doing scoreboard too?
Yeah, I know how.
Yeah.
Do it.
And we have a winner. All right. Make sure you get your prize. Go see Sarah.
We're back here for the bottom of the 6th inning. It looks like Dakota Freeze wanted to be part of the hula hoop contest, but he has, he got his hair all cut off in Santa Fe. And he was a completely different looking pitcher when he came out on the mound without the hair coming out of the back of his cap. They had free haircut night in Santa Fe. And he took advantage of that and got his hair cut. And it's not the same but it's not the same Dakota Freeze, who is just sitting right outside of your shot there. Jason Harper, who must be feeling like he could have used a little bit more defensive support so far tonight, will come out here to face Patrick O'Donnell, Wes Wallace, and Yuki Yasuda as we go to the bottom of the 6th here with the Diamonds leading 4-1. There is only one error on the Clippers' line score, but their defense has been shoddier than that. And that's one of the reasons the Diamonds have this lead. O'Donnell flew out and then singled in the 4th and scored a run. Jason Harper up here. This pitch, a strike. It's 0-1. He's given up 5 hits, 4 runs. Diamonds leading it 4-1 now.
Very well pitched ball game tonight. Still only 9 hits in the game. Diamonds have 5 of those.
This pitch to O'Donnell is swung and popped up to the right side of the infield, and the second baseman comes over and makes the play. Caffrey out just on the outfield grass there for out number 1.
Boy, and I bet O'Donnell wants that one back, Scott. That looked like an off-speed pitch that just didn't have a whole lot on it. Came in right at the letters, and boy, what Pat's kicking himself thinking he should have drove that ball.
Wes Wallace comes up here. He got an RBI in the 2nd inning when he doubled and drove in Gabriel Bracamonte, and then he walked and scored a run in the 4th. So he is 1 for 1, and the pitch to Wallace is a strike. It's 0-1. Yuki Yasuda on deck. The pitch to Wallace swung on it, missed, strike 2. Big swinging by Wes.
Yeah, that one was spinning right out of the hand of Harper and just kept running away from Wes that time.
That pitch is strike 3, and that will do it for Wes Wallace here. That's out number 2.
Batting second baseman number 8, Yuki Yasuda.
Quick 2 up and 2 down. See if Yuki and Jose at the bottom part of the order can make some noise and turn it over to Brett Smith.
Yasuda hit a ground ball to the third baseman Shane Hughes in the 4th inning with runners at every base, and 2 came in to score when the ball went right through off of Hughes' glove into left field. This pitch is a strike. It's 0-1 for an error, and so Bracamonte and O'Donnell scored on that play. This pitch, he bunts down the left field line, down the third base line, and that goes foul. He was out of that batter's box in a jiffy, man. Boom. But the ball went foul, and so the count is 0-2 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. There's a good look at Yuki and his distinctive batting stance. That pitch is pop foul. Yesterday, on Sunday, my nephew was here, and I asked him, he said, "What's all this about Skittles, this, Skittles, that?" I said, "Well, if you get a foul ball and you return it, you get free Skittles." He said, inside. Almost knocks Yasuda over. Did he hit him? It says it did, and so he will go on to first base. He said they'd mentioned Skittles so much he had to go buy some. I told him all you had to do was go recover, find the foul ball, and bring it back.
Hey, advertising works.
Yes.
You know what I mean? When Coca-Cola and McDonald's do it, if it didn't.
No.
As a matter of fact, I've been seeing the Nick Sandwiches commercials that we're running, and they have a sandwich called the Tony.
You better go try that.
Yeah, I gotta do it. Salami, mortadella. Sounds delicious.
Jose Garcia steps up here. Not Juan Garcia. Jose Garcia steps up here. Throw over to first, and Yasuda is back in at first. There's 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Diamonds are up 4-1. Yasuda with 2 outs gets hit by a pitch, and now Garcia to the plate. The pitch to him as he grounds it right back up the middle. Barrios has it. He'll step on second. That will do it for the 6th inning. The Diamonds get no runs after they get a base runner. We're going to inning number 7 with the score Pittsburgh 4 and Martinez 1.
One example of teamwork is this newly extreme double play memorialized.
Nick Sandwiches. Want to tailgate in City Park before the next Diamonds home game? Nick Sandwiches is a great place to start. Everything you need for a big crew of hungry fans, or a tasty lunch on the Delta, or a quick grab of coffee and a bite to eat on the way to work. Nick Sandwiches is in Old Town Pittsburgh on Railroad Avenue across from the marina. Eating at the Diamonds' favorite deli is as satisfying as a 3-run homer. Start your pregame warm-up at Nick Sandwiches, 315 Railroad Avenue in Old Town. Oh, sure, you'll ask for advice if you want some, but usually you know exactly how you want your business publications and handouts to look. That's where Paper Tiger Ready Print comes in. It is their mission to help you achieve your business goals, and that starts by listening to what you want and making it happen. At Paper Tiger Ready Print, they believe there is no greater satisfaction than delivering a finished product that helps a client reach their goals and objectives. Give them a try. You won't be disappointed. Paper Tiger Ready Print at 182 East Leland Road in Pittsburgh or readyprint.com. This game is just motoring right along. We are going to the top of the 7th inning for more of Travis Blackley and for more of the voice of the Diamonds, Tony Schultz.
Scott, thank you very much. Travis Blackley coming as advertised for the Diamonds. And a shot in the arm here for the Diamonds pitching, Scott, that, well, frankly, that's really what they need. Team ERA coming into tonight's play, Scott, 566. And even in a league that scores a lot of runs, that's still a bit too high. Here's the first pitch, and Jacob Barfield takes a strike. He's in the hole now, 0-1. And, well, Barfield, a couple of hits tonight. His blast leading off the 2nd inning. The lone run of the ball game so far for the Clips. Travis will look in, the 0-1, swing, and this one hammered to left field. Way back it goes, and Barfield, he has done it again. His 2nd blast of the game, and just like that, it's 4-2.
I was just going to say, if he's going to be hot at the plate with, the home run ball, it's good to have him up here leading off. Man, he is hot.
Couple of moon shots for him, and Lunar Deli now will step in. And just like that, Scott, if he were to reach, the Clips going to bring the tying run to the plate. And, well, still pretty early in the game here as we have reached just the 7th inning.
One thing about that 5.66 ERA, as we were talking about earlier, it's third in the. It's a strong third in the league. And it's San Rafael has a great ERA at 3.98, but the Diamonds are behind Sonoma at 5.50 and 5.66 is them, and then there's a falling off from there. So, but I mean, yes, they should do better, but it's hard to figure out why are they in 4th place by so much when their stats would indicate that they would be
much closer.
But,
yeah. Sometimes, you got to look a little deeper than just the stats. Here's the pitch, and that is foul left side. And the count to Lunar Deli goes no balls and 2 strikes. Here's the 0-2. Lunar Deli takes low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes.
I asked Jay what happens when you've got the pitching coach is on the mound and he starts to have some difficulty, and who makes the decision about when he should come out. And there's no one throwing in the Diamonds bullpen, but
Pitch, checks his swing. They're going to appeal. No swing. Count goes 2-2. I guess the pitcher just starts talking to himself. When should I go out? We were talking about the situation with the pitching. And like you said, 3.99 for San Rafael. And then when you look at the hitting, Pitt coming in at 268. They've hit 33 home runs on the year. Here's the pitch, swinging a ground ball. That's going to be a 4-5 hopper through the 5-hole and a base hit for Lunar Deli. So back-to-back hits here to begin the 7th. And the tying run will come up here in the form of third baseman Shane Hughes. But as far as the run scored for Pittsburgh, they're averaging a little over 6 runs a game, 6.1. The San Rafael hitting over 300 as a team, but averaging just 6.4 per game. So as far as that goes, the team's pretty even, but ERA, San Rafael showing why they put some room between them and everybody else, and that one is ripped into right field, a base hit. So Shane Hughes has himself a base hit. First 3 have reached here in the inning. 2 on, nobody out, 1 in, and that should probably liven up the bullpen.
Alex Leach has been standing up, but he hasn't been throwing anything, and he's been talking to Chad Heiberger down at the bullpen. And still, that is the sum total of their activity.
You look at some of the pitching that the San Rafael has gotten. Chris Mazza, of course, now he's gone. But before he departed, over 30 innings pitched, Scott, .58 with the ERA. There's a couple other guys with just outstanding earned run average. Here's the pitch on the outside corner. That's a strike to Matt Richards. And you had Fernando Baez, one of the starters, 45 1/3, just under 3 at 2.97. Jared Koenig, over 40 innings pitched at 3.08. And Max Beatty, over 60 innings pitched for him, 3.47. Here's the pitch in there, a strike. And on the other side of that for the Diamonds, they just had a couple of starters with ERAs that are in the 4s. Everybody else higher than that. So you look at San Rafael, Scott, and there's the reason why they're doing so much better than everybody else. There's a pitch that misses in the count. Goes 1 ball and 2 strikes.
But right now it's Napa 10, San Rafael 1.
And so
welcome to the second half of the season.
They're not getting the pitching tonight. But that's some nice ERA from those starters. The guys are taking the bulk of the innings. Swing and a miss here. Good off-speed pitch. And that is 1 out in the inning. Nice job there by Blackley to get out number 1 as he picks up yet another strikeout. That is number 7 with the strikeout for Travis Blackley.
Now Sean Johnson is up, doing some warm-up activities. So, Chad Heiberger's gotten a mask, but he's still nobody's throwing it.
Doing the Jane Fonda workout down there.
That's exactly right.
And the pitch inside Wilkins Jimenez now. Speaking of the 7 strikeouts, Scotty, Wilkins, he's gone down twice.
He's done his share.
Looking in the 2nd, swinging in the 5th. Tying runs on base here in the 7th. 1 in on Barfield's 2nd home run of the game. This one hits the mound. Yasuda behind the back, juggles, and everybody's going to be safe.
That one hurts.
That one hurts. Yuki Yasuda usually very sure-handed. And the runner was coming quickly, and he looked like he was not going to be able to get Jimenez as the runner was bearing down on him, but it looked like he was going to be able to pick up the ball and at least get the middle runner, Lunardelli, out at second base.
Mm-hmm. Which would have been the second out, which would have been a big deal. And all he had to do was get his hands on the ball, and he kept bobbling it, and finally fell away. And
so 4-2 now. Here's Chris Caffrey. He's flown out to right twice. But a base hit can tie the game. The potential tying run aboard at second base. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss in the count, 0-1. So the plot thickens here in the seventh. Coming into the inning, Travis Blackley really cruising along. Gave up the bomb to Barfield. Lunardelli didn't hit his ball hard, but it got through the 5-hole on into left field. Hughes hit his ball hard. That was a base hit. Richards strikeout. Here's the pitch. Swinging a ground ball. Could be two. To second for one. Back to first. Not in time. So a good-looking turn right there by the Diamonds. As we look at it again, they will get the all-important second out as they get the middle runner here, but not able to complete the double play. And it looked like Rosario's call there at first base is a good one. So it's a fielder's choice and an RBI for Caffrey. The score now 4-3, and the Clips have him cornered with 2 outs.
ball probably just not hit hard enough to get the double play, and Caffrey racing down the first base line. Clearly he was safe at first base. Sean Johnson is now up and throwing in the Diamonds bullpen.
So Caffrey gets the RBI. It's now just a one-run ball game, and that tying run, potential tying run, just 90 feet away. Here's a throw to first. So 3 hits in the inning, an error and a fielder's choice. And the Clips not done yet.
You can see that last lane of sun going from the first base line all the way into left field, and that's the last bit of problem for outfielders to deal with.
This one is up high, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Pedro Barrios, the shortstop and leadoff man, 0 for 3 so far. A strikeout victim in the third. Clippers looking to tie or better here. This one is up high. 2 balls and no strikes. And if you're Travis, you do have a base open, albeit second base. And Maccabee, the DH, would be next. Two-0 pitch. Swing, and this on a liner right over to the second baseman, Yasuda, who makes the catch. The inning is over. The Diamonds give up a couple, but the Clips leave runners at first and third, and Blackley will leave the mound here with a 1-run Diamonds lead. 4-3 in favor of Pittsburgh. Home half of the 7th we go. 7th inning stretch time here from Linder Chevrolet.
If you've been there before, you know when your car breaks down on the freeway, you want quick, reliable service. You want All Counties Tow. With 20 years of experience, 7 locations in Northern California, and 50 trucks, All Counties Tow is the one to count on when you need roadside help. You can find them at allcotow.com or phone 925-709-0759 for fast, dependable service. Easy and painless. All Counties Tow. One example of teamwork is a smoothly executed double play memorialized in the famous baseball poem, Tinkers to Evers to Chance. Another example of great teamwork is the Pittsburgh Chamber of Commerce. MyPittsburghChamber.org brings together the many and varied businesses that make up the local economy and forges them into a community force that is focused on economic development, advocacy, partnerships, and workforce development. The Pittsburgh Chamber is making a difference. Even if your business doesn't leave you the time to get personally involved, your membership contribution will advance the cause. Visit mypittsburghchamber.org today.
Was the second out? Okay, the second out, there it is. What was it, a 6-4, 4-6? What was it?
No, 4.
Was the second out?
That one went 6-4. Yeah, the fielder's choice.
Now batting. The right fielder, number 6.
All right, bottom of the 7th we go. The Clips have tightened things up here with a couple of runs in that top of the 7th inning, highlighted by Barfield's second home run of the ball game. And a 1-run game as we stretch it out here in Winter Chevrolet Stadium. Smith, Blatnick, and Rafael Valera. First pitch to Smith, fastball in there for a strike. And the count 0-1 with Harper still on the mound, and now just trailing by the single run. So Diamond's bullpen looked like it had gotten going. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss by Smith. Count 0-2.
Sean Johnson had been up and throwing, and he is now standing out there with a sweatshirt on. So not sure what that means. He didn't really throw that long.
0-2 pitch to Brett, and he grounds this one to third. And boy, that is going to be misplayed by the third baseman Hughes, and he has had all sorts of problems at the hot corner here tonight.
It's been a disastrous night for him, actually, and he is the reason the Diamonds have the lead they have.
B5 clearly. Here's one. Here it is again. He went down there and just couldn't make the pickup. Not a sun problem, just didn't make the play. So here comes Blatnick now. And the Diamonds looking for some more runs as all of a sudden this game has gone from a 3-run Diamond lead down to a 1-run Diamond lead.
Robert Humes is up throwing in the Martinez bullpen.
Speaking of 1-run games, Clips lost 6-5 Sunday. There's a pitch that misses, 1 ball, no strikes. For Sonoma, Dominic DePugin got the win. 7 innings, 6 hits, 1 earned for him. ERA down to 2.89 for the Stompers. Hurler. Joe Jones took the loss. Cox got the save. The 1-0 pitch in there, a strike. Jones, he had his struggles. 4 1/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. The rest of that Clips pen on Sunday, Scott. Humes, Doxter, and Phil Richards. Just 5 hits and 1 run, no earned runs over the last 4 2/3. But it was not enough as Sonoma won the game 6-5. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There goes the runner on the pitch out. Throw down is going to hop in there. Coming off the base is the runner, Smith, and he's going to be tagged out. I think initially he was safe, but his slide took him off the base. And then he is tagged out, so he is caught stealing. And that is the first out of the bottom of the 7th.
He slides right past the base there, and he tries to get back, but he can't do it. And it's not often that the fielder is actually in a good position to tag you out like that. In fact, now they could make the argument that he tagged him and pushed him off the base, but they didn't make that argument.
No pushing.
You can't push him off the base and then tag him out.
2-1 pitch, big swing and a miss by Blatnick. He was looking to go gap right there, and Morgan even the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Rob DeAngelis 3 RBIs last night, or that Sunday night game. Molo had 3. Here's the pitch, and that one low and in. Count full now to Blatnick. Nobody aboard, 1 down. And Morgan Blatnick now do a 3-2 pitch. Daniel Comstock of Sonoma picked up 2 hits on Sunday. He's hitting .375. Clippers got off the deck in that game. I think we've talked about them doing that in other games. Here's a 3-2 pitch. That misses. And Blatnick going to pick up the walk.
Brett Smith, the Diamonds had a runner at second with nobody out as he approached second base. And then as he went past second base, all of a sudden they had 1 out and nobody on. And now Blatnick with his walk. The Diamonds trying to get some insurance here in the later innings.
And Scott and I have talked about it before with the Clippers. They have shown the ability maybe not to complete the game and end up getting the win, but when they are down, even when they're down late, they can still come up with some runs and at least make it close. And they did Sunday when they came up with runs in the 8th and the 9th. There's a pitch up high for a ball, 1-0. So at least this young club, Scott, showing some fight. They're not just going to roll over and die when they're behind late in the ball game.
15 is Blatnick away from first, and Valera at the plate.
They pitch to Valera instead of throw to first. One on, one out here in the inning. Harper's still in there for the Clippers. Clippers certainly recognizing that even though the Diamonds have 4 runs, Harper's pitched better than that 4 runs that he's yielded so far. Swinging this one is fouled back. And the count goes to a ball and a strike on Rafael Valera. And looking back at Eric Thompson, just wanted to make sure that one was in fact in the strike zone. And Thompson nodded yes, it was. There's a good look at Rafael. BayAreaSports.tv. Diamonds Baseball also coming to you tonight on Mixler. And thank you very much for joining us here for Pittsburgh Baseball. The 1-1 outside, 2 balls and a strike. Blatnick being held on by Etheridge. There's Jay Almondral.
It's pretty clear that they're going to bring Blackley out for the 8th inning because there's nobody throwing in the Diamonds bullpen.
Counts 2 balls and 1 strike. Eric Thompson getting us all up to date. Harper's pitch and swinging a ground ball left side. That's going to be a base hit. Blatnick takes the turn at second. He'll hold on there. So 2 on and 1 out, and here comes the cleanup man, Joel Carranza. Carranza, a walk so far. Couple of flyouts, 1 to left to lead off the second, 1 to center. That came back in the third. And now it looks like we may have a pitching change here. Let's hold on and see. Is Harper's night done? Looks like it is. Here comes a reliever. Breaking the action here. Diamonds threatening. They lead it 4-3. All right, Diamonds threatening here. They lead it 4-3. Bottom half of the 7th inning. It's all for Jason Harper. 6 1/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, just 1 earned so far. But base runner is his responsibility as Robert Humes, the right-hander, comes in. Humes got into yesterday's game, and I told you that he was good last night. And he and a couple other relievers for these Clippers pitched very well. However, it was not enough as they lost it to Sonoma 6-5.
Entering the game for the Clippers is number 5, Robert Humes.
So Humes, he will face Joel Carranza. Another one of those moments in the ball game when you get the A one-run situation. Diamonds threatening. Clips have gone to the pen. Can the Diamonds pick up a couple of runs here? We can't close the book just yet on Jason Harper, but those 4 runs, just one of them earned. So he has pitched himself a good ball game, following up a good outing the last time he pitched, and hoping he can get some support now from his bullpen, a little more from his offense, and at least get him off the hook for the loss.
Grayson Weber now throwing in the Clippers bullpen. The Diamonds still have nobody up.
So Hume's on. 1 down here in the inning. He inherits 2. Here's the pitch inside for a ball. The count 1-0. Runners at first and second. And the pitch, swing, and that one's smoked up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Here comes Blatnick around third. There will be no throw as it goes into third base. And that is another run for the Diamonds. Big turn over there around first base by Carranza. And it looked weird, almost like he was making that big turn going back to the dugout. But he has himself a hard hit, base hit with an RBI for Joel, and now it's 5-3 in favor of the Diamonds.
He looks back at the bullpen where they were all cheering. Apparently, he's telling them, "Calm down."
Runners again at first and second. Pitch inside. Gabriel Bracamonte. So that last run will be charged to Jason Harper. So 5 overall, 2 earned for the Clips starter. Here's the pitch swing. That one sliced down the right field line. Long run for the right fielder. Barfield is going to make the catch. Runner's going to tag over there at second, move on to third. So the Diamonds have them cornered now with 2 outs. Nice play out and right by Barfield. And look, when that ball first left the bat, Scott, I'm just kind of thinking extra bases and
right.
A base clearing double, but did kind of hang up there for Barfield, and Jacob was able to get over there and make the catch in fair territory.
Now the runner at just 90 feet away, even 2 outs, the Diamonds just love to be able to cash in one more run here. They've moved their lead up to 2 runs, but nothing is really safe.
Pat O'Donnell, and the pitch to him is a strike on the outside corner. And for Pat today, a base hit and a run scored. That was in the 4th. 1 for 3 overall. Here's a good look at the Diamond left fielder. 0-1 pitch to him. That one hits the dirt, bounces off Jimenez. Using the chest protector, keep that one in front and save the Martinez Clippers a run here, at least momentarily. Hits all even now at 14. The difference in the ball game really is, well, the error situation, and poor Mr. Hughes over there at third base. 4 errors on the Clippers. And Hughes has had, well, one of those nights he'd just rather forget at the hot corner. Diamonds lead it by 2, 5-3, answering with 1 run so far when the Clippers got 2 in that last half inning. Sprayed foul, and the count goes to 1-2.
He had some lively movement from the people sitting outside the Diamonds dugout. It smashed into the fence just about 4 feet to the left of Yuki Yasuda, but
keeps you on your toes, I'll tell you that. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Here's the pitch. A nice backhand by Wilkins Jimenez.
Humes is giving him a workout.
Boy. I mean, you say, get in front of it and smother the ball, but he didn't have time to get out there. He just reached out with the backhand and kept that one from going to the backstop.
Whereas the backstop here is interesting because it's not very far, and if it goes there with any force, it could bounce right back to the plate. But
Raphael would have been coming plateward, though. Here's a big swing and a miss, and the inning is over. The Diamonds leave 2, but they get 1, and at the end of 7 innings now, it's the Diamonds 5 and the Clippers 3.
the 90 feet between third base and home plate is some of the most important real estate in sports. That's why a coach is located there to help runners navigate the valuable turf. There is help for you, too, when you need to navigate real estate issues. Kroski Real Estate in Pittsburgh has been building strong communities since 1946. The family-owned and operated business is an expert on commercial property management, real estate sales, and residential property management. Kroski Real Estate is on Railroad Avenue in Old Town, Pittsburgh. When you are making the turn for home, get the help you need from Kroski Real Estate.
Libraries are community centers, and truly the community comes and uses them. They're here for anybody who walks in the door. It's important for people to have a connection to their community because it makes you feel like you belong. Mechanics Bank really values their relationship. They actively reach out with an open hand to nonprofits. Mechanics Bank doesn't just show up and say that they're going to do something. They actually follow through. They're not just a partner in name, they're a partner in person. My name's Kristen Anderson. I'm the Executive Director of the Walnut Creek Library Foundation, and I'm a mechanic.
Real hard, not last inning.
Oh, look at that. There he goes.
Anyway. So just fun to play now. All right, here back for the top of the 8th inning, a 5-3 ball game. Good game here from Winter Chevrolet Stadium. It's the Diamonds leading the Clippers by a pair as we move on to the 8th. Maccabee, Etheridge, and Jacob Barfield. Let's, if we're the Diamonds, you don't want to see Barfield coming up representing the tying run. Here's the pitch, and Maccabee swings, doesn't get it, but it gets Gabriel Bracamonte on the tip. And Brock just kind of fell backwards a little bit. Eric Thompson helping him stay up. He appears to be okay. Thompson will walk out there, toss the ball to Blackley, and give Bracamonte a moment.
Bracamonte's looking at that mask thing. It's failed him somehow. Why didn't you do a better job of it? And, if you're a catcher, you just have to feel that way a lot, I think. My God.
Start taking balls at first base just to let the manager know. The 0-1 pitch, swinging a grounder, foul. It's like, Skip, I also play first.
And Bracamonte, he plays third. He plays a lot of places. Sean Johnson is now up and throwing again in the Diamonds bullpen. Blackley out here for the 8th inning, somewhat of a surprise, especially since he is working his way into shape. He's not did not walk into this team in mid-season form.
0-2 pitch, swing, and this one lifted in the air to center field. Harmlessly, though, Wallace over into left center to take it for the out. That ball just kind of looped out there. Turns out to be a very routine play for out number 1 here in the 8th. So here's Nathan Etheridge with 1 out, nobody on. Barfield coming up next. And that's the question. If you get there with 2 outs, do you make the move then and go righty-righty with Barfield, who's got the 2 home runs tonight off of Blackley? You'd have to think that would be the move.
That would be the move, but you think if Blackley's gone in here in the top of the 8th, if he's got 2 outs, I bet he is thinking he should continue. Who?
Here's the pitch, grounder to third. Blatnick's got it over to first in time for the out.
We're going to find out.
Here we go. So Etheridge is out 5-3, 2 outs in the inning. Here comes Barfield. Are the Diamonds going to go to the bullpen? And so far, no. Here's that last play by Blatnick. So Barfield He's going to hit here. He's homered leading off the second, homered leading off the seventh. Couple of big moonshots into left field. Here's the pitch, and that one is low for a ball. Scott and I were both kind of thinking that the situation being what it was, I thought the Diamonds would go to the bullpen to begin the inning. And I thought just with Barfield coming up here, and then a right-handed pitcher, Johnson, in the bullpen, that you'd see the righty-righty matchup, but that's not how the Diamonds are going to play it. The 1-0 pitch, swinging, he pops this one up. Do the Diamonds have a play? And they don't. That will get out of play with that slam up against the on top of the thing here to kind of get the crowd a little going. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, the worst Barfield can do is make it a 1-run game, but and 3 home runs in a game is pretty extraordinary. So there are lots of things that they may feel are on their side.
It does not represent the tying run. It's just that seeing that they do have 4 outs remaining, just kind of thought they would go to the right-hander, but they choose not to. And the next pitch, a curveball that stays up. And they count 2 balls and a strike. And with where that one was breaking, I'm not so sure the Diamonds aren't glad Barfield didn't swing at it. That one looked, fairly hittable spot. Jacob up there now asked for time. Get the Diamonds to the 9th, they would get there with at least 1 insurance run.
And this has been a problem for the Diamonds all season. Is
swing and a miss,
nailing
2-2.
down the victories.
Right.
They've had the lead. And just being able to walk off the field with the win, and they lost to walk-off hit last week against Vallejo.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, and the pitch, low, ball 3, 3-2. Be interesting to know if the Barfield had represented the tying run, would Almondral have gone to the bullpen, but something we'll have to ask him about later on. A game at the plate here, 3-2, and the pitch, swinging a foul, and Barfield able to stay alive. Lunardelli waits on deck. He had a base hit his last time.
Barfield has to feel with every pitch that he can fight off, that he gets Blackley a little more weary.
He gives a little more information on the kind of stuff that he has. Of course, going through the lineup 3rd time around, this one fouled off. And the battle here continues.
He's got pretty good information already with 2 home runs.
True. But I always felt the longer the at-bats go on, the more familiar you get with the guy. That's advantage hitter. Johnson, like he is just going to stop throwing over there in the bullpen now, so it looks like he's ready to go. Payoff pitch, swing, another foul ball. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Clips down by 2, trying to get the tying run aboard here, or bring the tying run to the plate, I should say. Now the Diamonds battery wants to talk it over. The conversation probably going around well. You could challenge him here. If he hits a home run, it's not a tie game, but I'm with you, Scott. I want all those insurance runs that I can have. I want to be headed by as many as possible going to the 9th.
Well, the interesting thing about that conversation is Bracamonte's from Venezuela. He speaks good English. Blakely's from Australia, and they speak like less good English. It's harder to understand. Did he someone out there who learns American English and have him talk to an Australian? Oh, my God.
Need 2 translators out there. 3-2 pitches fouled back, and this battle continues. I would have to think, every time I say this I'm wrong, but I would have to think if he does not retire Barfield here that that would be all for Travis tonight. 3-2 again. Swung on it, missed strike three. Travis Blackley, well, Almondral showing that he has confidence in his left-hander, and Blackley rewards him by throwing up a 0. Bottom of the 8th we go. Diamonds continue to lead it 5-3.
Hampton by Hilton. Road trips can be grueling, which is why baseball teams are happy to split their road games. But there's one way to guarantee a win on the road. That's by staying at Hampton Inn by Hilton. Fresh, up-to-date accommodations include a hearty cooked breakfast to get you off to a good start on the day. Known for low-end prices and high-end service, a stay at Hampton Inn by Hilton means you can earn points in the valuable Hilton Honors Program. You can find a Hampton Inn by Hilton in Pittsburgh and Brentwood. In baseball, dedication, hard work, and some creative thinking can make a team a champion. At Winter Chevrolet, the same qualities can make you the champion. Pittsburgh's new and used Chevrolet dealer has the car that will make you feel like you just hit a home run. With a large selection to choose from, Winter Chevrolet is sure to have the car that fits your personality. And their amazing finance programs will allow you to slide into your new car safely. Winter Chevrolet, a proud sponsor of Diamonds Baseball, is off of Highway 4 in Pittsburgh. Winter has what you want.
Grayson Weber. All right, to the bottom of the 8th we go. New pitcher into the ball game for the Clippers will be the right-hander Grayson Weber.
Weber is making his 17th appearance on the year. He has 20 innings pitched so far. He has given up 14 walks, has 22 strikeouts. His record is 2 wins and 2 losses. His ERA, 6.30.
So the high ERA, but he will be called on now to keep this a 2-run ball game as the Diamonds bat here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Wallace, Yuki Yasuda, Jose Garcia, bottom 3 in the lineup. And should anybody reach, back to the top of the order for Brett Smith. So the Diamonds with a 2-run lead, and what a nice performance by Travis Blackley. Was in some trouble, and you were wondering, I was certainly wondering, are they going to keep him in? A couple of different points coming into that last inning, and he just came in and got a 1-2-3 inning, including a strikeout of his nemesis tonight, Jacob Barfield. So here's Wes Wallace to start it off. RBI double with 2 outs in the second, walk and a stolen base in the 4th for Wes. So overall, 1 for 2. First pitch, swings at a breaking ball, pops it up right side. Caffrey, the second baseman, wants it, reaches up, makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out, and here's Yuki Yasuda.
Now batting second baseman, number 8, Yuki Yasuda.
So Yuki's reached a couple of times, once on an error. That was in the 4th. He was hit by a pitch in the 6th. And his first at bat, he flew out. That was a center field. That was back in the 2nd inning. So Yuki officially 0 for 2 tonight. Pitch to Yuki inside for a ball. 1 ball with no strikes. San Rafael, we were talking about them earlier, claiming their 30th win on Sunday. A 2-0 win over Vallejo. Here's the pitch. Yuki squares the bunt, fouls it off. Max Beatty gets the win in that one, Scott. 9 innings, 8 hits, 6 Ks, no walks. So he was dominant. We told you earlier about the kind of year he's having for San Rafael. And, a handful of guys over there just, pitching really, really well, and a big reason why they are where they are. The 1-1 pitch to Yuki swinging. He hits that one foul. That'll be out of play, and the count goes 1-2 to the Diamond second baseman. Jalen Miller Sr. took the loss for Vallejo. 6 innings, 5 hits, 2 runs, none earned. 7 Ks and a walk. And the 1-2 pitch to Yuki, swinging. He hits this one to the right side. Etheridge has it, taking to first himself. Quickly 2 down here in the 8th as Yuki bounces out 3 unassisted. And that'll bring up the shortstop, Jose Garcia. So Sean Johnson has started throwing, stopped throwing a couple of times. And he's back up throwing again. It looks like he's going to have a chance to come on and get the save in the 9th with a 2-run game. But I've been second-guessing Jay Almendraw all night, and he's proven me wrong.
Well, Jay's getting some advice from the pitching coach, Travis Blackley, I think.
Curveball that stays outside, 1 ball and no strikes. So what do you do if you're on the mound pitching, you're the pitching coach, and you talk yourself out of keeping yourself in? 1-0 pitch, and that is in there for a strike. It was a 2-run 5th on Sunday for San Rafael that gave them the win. Ricky Gingras, DeAndre Clark, big part of that. Rando Moreno got the 2 RBI single. And that gave San Rafael their 30th win of the year. Here's a big swing and a miss by Yuki, and the count goes 1-2. For Vallejo, Nick Aikens Sr. picked up a couple of hits. He's hitting over 335. And Diamond's old friend David Kiriako's got a base hit. He had kind of a slow start to this year. He's hitting over 300 right now. The 1-2 pitch. Yuki swings and misses strike 3, and down he goes. And Garcia, and that will be out number 3. So we will go to the top of the 9th inning with the Diamonds clinging to a 5-3 lead.
All right, you guys know this one, right?
Oh, sure, you'll ask for advice if you want some, but usually you know exactly how you want your business publications and handouts to look. That's where Paper Tiger Ready Print comes in. It is their mission to help you achieve your business goals, and that starts by listening to what you want and making it happen. At Paper Tiger Ready Print, they believe there is no greater satisfaction than delivering a finished product that helps a client reach their goals and objectives. Give them a try. You won't be disappointed. Paper Tiger Ready Print at 182 East Leland Road in Pittsburgh or readyprint.com. The 90 feet between third base and home plate is some of the most important real estate in sports. That's why a coach is located there to help runners navigate the valuable turf. There is help for you, too, when you need to navigate real estate issues. Kroski Real Estate in Pittsburgh has been building strong communities since 1946. The family-owned and operated business is an expert on commercial property management, real estate sales, and residential property management. Kroski Real Estate is on Railroad Avenue in Old Town, Pittsburgh. When you are making the turn for home, get the help you need from Kroski Real Estate.
All right, here we go. Top of the 9th inning. Sean Johnson, the right-hander, has come in for Pittsburgh, looking to pick up the save. Sonoma 8, Vallejo 4. And the Silverados 11, San Rafael 2 tonight.
Top of the 7th for both those games. Sean Johnson, tall, right-hander. So far this year, been in 5 games, 7 1/3 innings pitched. He has given up 8 walks, has 10 strikeouts. His record is no wins, 1 loss, and a save, and his ERA is 2.46.
And he's going to try to nail this one down for Travis Blackley. And Blackley, a fine outing, 8 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, following up his first outing here with the Diamonds in 2018 when he went 6 innings, gave up 3 runs.
I think Nicholas Parnesi is getting warmed up out there to see if he can. I mean, if he's needed, he could come in and relieve Johnson. He's been doing, stretches, but I haven't seen him throw the ball yet.
Well, here's Jimmy Lunardelli to lead it off. Had a base hit his last time. He's 1 for 3 overall tonight. And should anybody reach, it's going to get the tying run to the plate. Check swing clearly. Lunardelli goes around, count 0-1. Sean Johnson, you see those tall black socks. Trying to pick up the save, and here's a big swing and a miss as he looked like he threw a slider that just stayed away from the right-handed batter, and the count 0 balls and 2 strikes. 5 hits, 5 runs, 7 hits, 1 error for the Diamonds. This next one outside for a ball. And the count 1-2, 3-7-3 for the Clippers, and those 3 have really cost them. Diamonds able to take advantage of some of those errors. Swinging this one is going to be a little looper off a 1 bounce over there to Valera, and he's got it, takes it to the bag himself, 1 up and 1 down. Here's Shane Yu, so a nice start to the inning for Johnson and the Diamonds. Couple of base hits for Hughes, and sandwiched in between those, he was out 4-3 when he grounded out to Yasuda back in the 4th. Here's the pitch. That's in there for a strike. But a tough night defensively for him, and he would like to at least have a chance to make some amends here by getting on and allowing Richards to come up representing the tying run here in the 9th inning. Here's the pitch, swing and a miss, and the count 0-2. Boy, it looked like a fastball that just started dying at the plate. Really had some nice bite downward that time. 0-2 here, and the pitch. Boy, just off the outside part of the plate.
That was a tough pitch to take. I don't.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't think he should have been taking it.
From our vantage point, I thought he should have been swinging at that one. It was close enough, but ball 1 is the call. The count now 1-2. Here it is. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So Johnson comes in. Lunardelli out 3 unassisted. Hughes, a strikeout victim. Here's Matt Richards. He's been a strikeout victim twice today. He's also bounced to third. He's 0 for 3.
Entering the game is number 66, Will Decker.
So Will Decker actually now is going to pinch hit for Matt Richards. Will Decker in, Richards out. And the left-handed batter is up there as the Clips play percentages here. They want the lefty-righty matchup, and the pitch in there for a strike. Jimenez is on deck. He would represent the tying run should Decker reach. Decker waits the 0-1 pitch, and that's just outside for a ball. Count 1-1.
Decker hitting .295, 6 home runs, and 22 runs batted in.
He does have some pop, but the Diamonds feeling pretty good about this one. Big swing and a miss, 1-2, and now the Clips down to their final strike. And you feel pretty good about it when you're in the 9th inning and the batter does not represent that tying run. You certainly don't feel as shy about challenging him. 1-2 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 3, and the Diamonds win. Travis Blackley gets the win. He pitched wonderfully tonight. Diamonds take advantage of some miscues by the Clipper defense. Sean Johnson comes in and gets the save. and the Diamonds win the ball game, and they run their record to 18-23. Nicely done for Pittsburgh.
It was nicely done, and it was, the Clippers climbed back to within a run. There in the 7th inning, the Diamonds answered with another insurance run to make it 5-3. And there were questions, I think, honest questions about whether Blackley should pitch the 8th inning, but he pitched the 8th inning and went 1, 2, 3. So what do we know? And then Sean Johnson comes in with a fine showing in the 9th inning to shut it down and get the save. And much like it was although they scored a lot of runs on errors by the Clippers.
Right.
But
3 unearned, I think, is official. Yeah.
But otherwise, it was, and that's not their fault.
No.
they took advantage of what was offered them, and they scored runs. And much like it was on Saturday, I think, which was felt like a complete baseball game. This felt like a baseball game,
right?
Instead of the outrageous scores we've had. And so the Diamonds need to take away from that and figure they're in the second half. They're 1-0.
Harper didn't pitch bad. Jason Harper coming off a nice outing his last time, and this time he went 6 1/3, 6 hits, 5 runs, just 2 of them earned, but it's not enough. Blackley out pitches him, and just want to mention a big RBI, a big double and an RBI with 2 outs by Wes Wallace, able to help the Diamonds get things started in the second. So the Diamonds win it by a final score of 5-3. Clippers back here tomorrow, 6 o'clock start. Certainly hope you can join us. Diamonds get it done. They win it by 2 for all of us here with Diamonds Baseball. And for Scott McDonald, I'm Anthony Schultz saying good night from Pittsburgh.